Welcome everyone to RawDown Mania.
It is the most stupendous RawDown in history. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to RawDown Mania 1, the first one of many to come. I'm your host, Young Anthony of the Titantron, the Classic Match Classroom, and the Independent Epicenter. And I'm joined as always by my co-host in crime, Boney Shivani from the Coming Down the Aisle, and the MVP Marco from the Chick Foley Show. Gentlemen, it's the biggest show of the year, the most stupendous show of the year. How are you guys doing?
Hey, this is what it's all about, baby.
Yeah, all about that gold, but I'm excited. First time around for this show. First, like you said, first of many RawDown Mania, so
this is going to be a good one, guys. Look, I know that J-Bone's holding that title, and we all know that he is still a fraudulent champion, although he wants to deny it.
I'm the tag team champions.
No, I'm the tag team champions.
I'm the champions. Look, right here. I have one right on my shoulder.
That doesn't count.
That doesn't count.
I have two, actually.
I'm the tag team champion.
If anything, that's more fake of a title than at least.
That is. That's a Hasbro title. That's a Hasbro title.
That's very true. Very true. Folks, we're going to have a great show today. We are going to be doing our WrestleMania Night 1 and Night 2 picks. During the show, however, we have a lot of outside the ropes news to talk about, which I will touch on later in the show. We have Triple H's retirement, and a famous tag team is getting inducted into the Hall of Fame, a tag team that you never guess would be getting inducted. Holla before we do so, however, we got Jaden Sneed in the chat. Thank you for popping in, as well as Mo NWO Collection. Thank you guys so much. Tell your friends and tell your enemies the RawDown Mania is live. But we have to get into these Mania predictions because this is the most stupendous show. All right. There's no way that we could do a WrestleMania show without some Mania predictions. So let's get into the first prediction. Oh, shit. Okay. Hello, Sneed, President Sneed.
That's right. President Sneed has a ace up his sleeve, and I guess he's got some news to drop.
Yeah. So, first and foremost, as president of RawDown,
bow to you, sir.
Happy WrestleMania week to you guys.
Thank you.
Super excited for this show. It's going to be a lot of fun for, like you said,
a great guy.
First of many.
So handsome.
But like I've told you before, I only come when there's business to take care of, and there's business to take care of.
Anthony's out of here. Anthony's out of here.
Now, listen. So I'm going to get straight down to the business. First and foremost, I need to address that. J-Bone, Boney Shivani, you will not be making the first pick.
We talked about this. What, right?
It's not going to happen.
Yes.
It's not going to happen. You can say what you can. I mean, it was a miscommunication, but it's not going to happen. So you're not making the first pick every time.
Frustrated is not the goddamn word for it.
Yeah, well, if you want to talk about it, you can come to my office. And
I've been screwed by the president. I've been screwed by.
So we can talk about it in my office later. But as of right now, for this show, you will not be making first pick every time.
President Sneed, I knew I loved you for a reason. Thank you so much.
I mean, he's the greatest president ever.
I'm a man of the
history of this great country.
He's a man of the people. So
very true.
Give the people what they want.
Thank you, sir.
And to address that, giving the people what they want, I did allude last time I was on that there is a surprise, and I did have an ace up my sleeve.
What?
So at this time, I do want to reveal the ace up my sleeve.
It was me, Austin. It was me all along.
My God.
It's Ace Field Retro.
This is
bullshit.
bullshit.
What is he doing here?
This is complete bullshit.
This is a four-way now? A four-way?
Come on. Sounds like you don't like anything I have to say, Boney.
Yeah, because came to your office. This guy took my spot. I mean, what are we doing here?
We have to address the fact this guy just got inducted into the tavern. He was in the comments section. What if he wins the title? He's going to be a champion, not even on the show. How is this going to work?
Yeah, I don't know.
To bring the title to Ring of Honor.
Oh
Yeah.
my!
The
So
Honor Society live on Thursday night, starting 7 p.m.
This is ridiculous.
With myself and Acefield Retro.
Oh, this makes
nice to
sense
see
now.
Nice to see you.
Cahoot.
How's it going? Nice to
I
see you.
get it. I get it. I get it. Well, Sneed, I'm glad that you're here because now we can officially start the predictions. If you want to start us off,
we're not going to officially start it right now. We're not going to start it right now because I do have a surprise.
We got 4 viewers. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
And we're not going to start it until I reveal my second surprise. So as much as I would like to stick around for this, I'm not sticking around for this. Not sticking around for a WWE related show.
Oh, what a
Look at
Wow.
you.
I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to be here for it. I just don't want to. So I have brought in
Me neither.
my enforcer. I have an enforcer that's coming in to take my spot so I don't have to sit here for this.
Arn Anderson?
Close.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
What are you doing
this
here?
keeps getting worse.
The staple has come back to RawDown.
Give me a
oh my-
break.
wow.
And you can
Are you
catch
kidding
myself-
me?
You can catch myself and the OG Fig Kid on the Turnbuckle Debates on Monday. Hey, how's it going, Tom?
Good. How you doing, Sneed?
Good, good.
You're in cahoots.
Wow.
You're in
Wow.
cahoots. I knew it all along.
That's my president.
It's
That's
not my
right.
president.
That's not my
He's
president.
my president.
We do not need
I'm
Hawk.
sure he's your president, Tom.
No, we don't need Hawk. Nobody needs Hawk in anything.
I just saw that.
We
pop
don't
up
need
in
any
the-
more surprises.
Saw that pop up in the little comment section that
No,
we need
no.
Hawk.
We don't need
No.
Hawk in anything in life.
This is ridiculous. Well,
That's what
look,
the Discord is for.
that's very true. Look, thank you so much, President Steed, for just ruining this show. I mean, I don't know what this is all
Anytime
about.
I can stop by and leave my mark, I'm going to do it. Acefield
I'm sure
Retro,
you will.
OG Fig Kid. I'll see you on our respective shows.
Well, this show is ruined. This show is
It's
completely
not so,
ruined.
It's not so bad.
What's
all
the
you guys
matter,
have to do
young
is
one?
you just have to win. And
First
then
of
you guys
all,
have to worry about it.
Tom, I'm not the young one. I have a name.
What's your name?
My name
It
is.
doesn't matter what your name is.
Oh,
I hate this show. I hate this show. I don't like this show. It has been soiled. This is not even a fair fight anymore. I don't know why Boney and Marco aren't as mad as I am.
Go back to
I
the
mean,
independent epicenter. Go back to the bingo halls, kid.
You know what? Let me go back to the bingo halls where I belong. All
Tony,
right.
it's been a while since we've been on together, man. This is
I
fun
know.
to be back here
Hey,
with
hey,
Marco,
hey. This
Acefield
is the
Retro,
original.
who was on Fig Night a couple of weeks ago.
Collecting all the Infinity Stones. I was on GCW last night. Shout out to Mike
That's right.
Belcaster and
True.
also Chad Smith. Great show last night. So I'm all over the place. And the RawDown is where I wanted to be because I feel like I have that unclaimed championship that I want to bring to the comment section or potentially bring it to Ring of Honor. So
You're
let's see what
ridiculous.
happens.
Oh my
Are you all right?
Full of
Anthony?
shit this guy is.
Okay.
What's the matter? How are you doing, Anthony?
I'm doing great,
It
actually.
doesn't matter how you're doing.
I hate this show. Look, I wanna get to the show, but I think we need to address the elephant in the room, guys.
I didn't put on
30
that much
viewers. 30 viewers are in the live right now.
See what
Let's
happens
go.
when the staple comes
Wow.
back to RawDown?
I know the staple equals
Great.
ratings. I
I
get
mean, yeah,
it.
this. I mean, he's a draw, man. The Sable's
He's a draw. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We have a great WrestleMania show for you. Stick around, tell a friend, bring a friend. This is going to be a good show. Tom, I'll let you take the reins.
All right, guys. So here's how it's going to work. Every round for every match, first round, we'll start with Anthony, and then we'll switch it. We'll go in order from there, then to Boney, then to Acefield. So everybody starts first for every different match so that it's fair to everybody. I will let you guys make your picks, then I'll tell you why you're wrong, and I'll make my pick.
What?
What a heel.
But just to be clear, Tom is not in contention for this title because there is an age limit to this title. So we had to keep it a little young here.
Wow.
It makes Action Mike Jackson look like a baby.
That's very
Hell of a match against Matt Corner on the other day. So Mike Jackson can still run shit.
That's right. So let's start off. Let's get to our first match. Let's and beyond.
Oh,
Starting hot.
it's
So,
this is
what do you think about this build now, kid?
to him, this is the greatest storyline that WWE's ever been for over a year almost.
Funny, you guys
What's
are
that
both funny. You know, I still stand by my point that I think that the story was built properly. I don't think it's been a great story, but I do think it was built properly. I think it could have done something different, like like Becky actually being, talented on the mic, and that goes without saying. I do think that there is a good story here. I think we're leading up to what will be a very good match. However, in the first swerve of the night, and still,
wow.
Your Raw Women's Champion, I'm picking Becky Lynch to retain. I think we saw some heel tendencies from Bianca Belair here. And if anything, I think there's more of a story to be told for Bianca to turn heel than it would be for Bianca to beat Becky. It all makes sense. The pieces are aligning. And I think Becky will turn face as a champion, but Bianca will not win the title, but will turn heel in the process to where we need to be. Heel Bianca, face Becky. With that being said, Becky retains. Didn't expect that one now, did you, motherfuckers? Welcome to RawDown Mania.
Boney.
Well, okay,
Wow.
so first of all, what a pathetic sequence of events that turned last night. Like, it just sums up the whole feud. To be honest with you, let's throw this whole possible heel turn now, because Becky can't handle their shit. So it's just horrible storytelling. Absolutely the worst. But for that reason, now I am going with Becky.
Wow.
In this. And I was 100% in Bianca up until that, because, as we know, not because of what Anthony said, but because when the challenger, looking at the history of WWE and how they book, a lot of times when the challenger comes in and gets one over the champion right before on the go home show, Mania, that's a telltale sign that the champion is going to go over. So, Becky will retain as your Raw Women's Champion, and I will retain my RawDown Mania Champion.
Ridiculous.
All right, Acefield, bring it.
Well, so I could go all day about how young Anthony just flipped the switch on just how the actual feud was meaningful, and it was supposed to benefit Bianca into making her a further superstar on not only the Raw brand, but WWE as a whole. If you are correct, you were wrong the whole time, but that's a conversation for another time.
I'm okay with that because I'll be champion, so it's fine.
I'm going with Bianca Belair. I think she has to get her moment here, and if she does not, if she walks out looking weak, heel or not, they miss the boat on her, and she's completely done. So whether they think they can turn her into an effective heel, that's not the story here. I think she needs to walk out champion only because of what happened at SummerSlam. She needs, whether as a heel or a face, she needs to look strong, and I think she walks out as champion. So whether she's heel on Monday night, that's a different story, but she may be heel as champion. So I'm going with Bianca. I'm surprised both of you are saying. I think you're both starting 0-1. Bianca is going to walk out champion.
Well, no,
Fickle.
I don't think Bianca's dead. To kind of combat your point real quick, Bianca is a made superstar, okay? But it's the way they've handled it. It's not like she's dead in the water. It's not like she's like Dewdrop here, okay?
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to disagree with you on that.
That's fine.
That statement. But
if anything, turning her heel only helps her, because that's been her main thing right now, is that she's a much better heel than she is face. So that could help her stardom a little bit.
But what should have happened, and this is what I preached a long time ago, is Becky, to get Becky over as a heel, they should have cut the braid. Cut the fucking braid.
I agree.
That would have gotten Bianca way over and Becky as a heel. And then we're sitting in this. Oh, now we got fire.
And did you all think for a second like a hair versus hair match was coming? Like, what was the whole purpose of that?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe Becky wanted to cut her hair anyway. They do things like this. When Kurt Angle wanted to shave his head and because he was going bald, he just wanted to shave. So maybe Becky has a shorter cut that she wants to debut at Mania. Could be the case.
Maybe
that's probably going to happen.
But we're not going to go on a debate about this with the Bianca thing. I just like where you started. There has to be a way to make her look strong, because if she loses the way she did at SummerSlam and then loses at Mania, what was the point of the whole thing? So that's my take on it.
All right.
Good point.
Marco, the MVP. What is your time?
Well, everyone has great points. All of you.
I have the best points.
I mean, you have some good ones. I'm not sure if they're the best points. Anthony definitely doesn't have the best points because of his whole take on that storyline. But after last night's events on Raw, they are definitely leaning towards Bianca Belair turning heel, only because she can do it better. She did it in NXT. She was a heel in NXT when she started. She was never a face. And then she obviously turned face when she was facing like Shayna Baszler and all that stuff. But her cutting Becky Lynch's hair, that was a, kind of like what the hell is she doing? That was supposed to be like a shocking type of thing. Like, why is she cutting her hair? Shouldn't it be the other way around? But I'm gonna go with Bianca on this. I think she is winning. She is gonna be heel. And she's gonna win via being a heel. She's gonna cheat to win. Just like Becky Lynch did to her all those times when she tried to get the title back. I think she's gonna do the same exact thing. The only way to beat a heel is to become a heel yourself.
That's a good
and I
point.
think that's what Bianca's doing. I think she's gonna cheat to win, and she's gonna win that title. She's gonna come out looking strong, and people are gonna hate her guts essentially.
Shit.
After that,
I can get
so
behind
hopefully, that. We get the double turn, like Brett and Austin. That's what I'm hoping, but we'll see.
I love the idea of the double turn. I could definitely see that happen, but there's no way Becky's dropping this title this weekend. They're still continuing to build her. They're going to make her go on a run like Roman's on, and I bet she's not going to lose till at least next WrestleMania when she fights Ronda.
I don't think
so.
Long
time.
She's not. First of all, she's not as nearly as good as Roman on her run, so I wouldn't even compare the two.
But
and
when
that's all because I don't like
Becky,
Becky.
and she's the man again.
She can't be the man. That's the thing.
I'm just so tired of seeing Bianca like skip and hop in the ring and act so happy all the time.
Well, that's why she's going to be a heel.
Facelift, yeah. So
she's going to be a heel. She's going to win.
I mean, the idea that Becky would be a face just doesn't sit right with me because of the fact that people would have to actually like her. I mean, I feel like the unanimous decision is that everybody hates her. So the natural reaction is to boo her. So why not have her as a heel? Yeah, Bianca I can get behind as a heel, but I think she has to be looked at the end of this. She turns heel. I love the way Marco booked it right there. She has to win this match because if she loses, it almost was like we were right all along. She wasn't good enough to beat Becky anyway. So this whole journey we were on was for nothing.
Yep.
All right. Well, let's move on to match number 2, or else we're going to be here till WrestleMania 39.
Yep, that's true.
Here we go. We've got the Mysterios versus the Miz and Logan Paul. So, J-Bone, you will go first here.
Mysterios. That's all I got to say.
All right, Acefield.
I was torn on this one, but I can't believe that they would bring in Logan Paul and have him lose. I know he's not, a huge star, but he's a big enough star that I don't think he would sign a contract and come in and lose. I think that they're going to cheat to win. And the way they booked Ray and Dominic throughout the last year and a half, are you thinking that thare going to make them look strong in any way? Miz and Logan Paul go over here.
All right, Marco.
Good point.
Yeah, wow, those are some good points as well. I don't see Logan Paul winning at all for me anyway. I could see Miz, if there is going to be a winner, he's going to take he's going to be the one to pin somebody. I think Logan, he might be there just to be the fall guy, if anything. Logan Paul, but I'm gonna go Mysterios. I can't see, and I'm only picking the Mysterios because of another match. That's going to be a part of this weekend with another celebrity. So you got to take into that effect.
All right, makes
too,
sense.
So.
Young Anthony.
Marco, you make a good point about there being another celebrity match. But I also think I look at it more from Ace Field's end, where it's like you bring in a celebrity who I checked his followers today, and Logan Paul has like 22 million.
Oh,
which
yeah.
is-
It's
it's
disgusting.
huge.
Yeah,
I don't think
he's
he
a
would be
megastar.
the one to kind of take the L here. I'm gonna go with Logan and Miz here. I think it'll be some cheap tactics. If anything, this is the perfect time to start your Ray and Dominic feud. If you really wanted to go that route, why not do it on the biggest stage? I don't think they will, but I do think that to get that social media moment, they'll let Logan Paul get a win here.
All right, and for
Very
the
similar to the Bad Bunny stuff, though. Like that's what I looked at it as. Bad
Exactly.
Bunny, they highlighted him last year, and he didn't get the win. He didn't pin the guy right last year. Damian Priest got the pin, but he still looked great. And I think they're going to be doing that. I don't think celebrities are signing on to look goofy. They want to look like huge stars. So.
I mean, people actually like Bad Bunny. That's the difference.
That's right.
He's actually talented.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to pick the Mysterios. The Miz is going to take the loss, causing Logan Paul to turn on him and start a feud between the Miz and Logan Paul. Because what better way to get Logan Paul's feet wet than working with a guy like the Miz?
Yeah, that's true.
They did say that Logan was gonna aim to work after Mania, so I mean, it could work out.
I didn't know that.
Tom, you said the Mysterios. Look at you with your soundboard. You said the Mysterios.
Yep, I said the Mysterios.
So we're split right down the middle with all these picks so far. This is I'm loving it. I'm loving this.
All right, so let's move on to Drew McIntyre versus Happy Corbin and whoever his partner is. Madcap Moss, that's his name. I couldn't think of it.
Mad cow disease.
All right, Acefield. Acefield, what do you want me to call you? Is that your name?
My name is Steve. You can call me Acefield. Oh my
Got him.
I shoot fell for it. I should have started this choreograph right there, but all right. So this is probably the easiest match to pick on the whole card on both nights. I was a huge critic. If you listen to me talk about Drew McIntyre being involved in this feud, I thought it was a waste of Drew McIntyre. They had a future superstar. They gave the rub over Lesnar to him. He was handmade to be a world champion. The fact that he's only 2 years removed from that, now at WrestleMania, wrestling Happy Corbin, I don't think it's the right spot in the card. But that being said, I think they've done a good enough job with the feud to make me care about it, and I didn't think I would say that. SmackDown has been a lot of fun to watch, and Happy Corbin and Madcap Moss, if you haven't watched SmackDown, you're missing out. I think the two of those fit really well into the roster, and I can't believe I'm saying that. I'm actually kind of looking forward to the match. And Madcap Moss, he's a hell of a worker.
He is.
That makes one of you.
I'm going with Drew McIntyre. Easy, clean. That's it. Claymore and 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. I have a question for Steve Austin right now. Are you looking forward to this match? Okay. To you.
Well, isn't Madcap Moss? Isn't it Butch like the same character? Like they're wearing the same stuff, and then I don't know.
Who knows at this point?
Suspenders and.
All right, take it away. Who are you picking here?
Let's see. I'm going to go with the one and only Drew McIntyre. Come on, Happy Corbin is not winning. He's had his head kicked off. Claymore 1, 2, 3. End of matches. No need to deep dive at all. I don't think anyway.
Young Anthony.
Drew will be the first person to kick out of the end of days. Drew McIntyre wins this Sunday.
That's still protected to the point where no one's kicked out of it?
Yep. Yeah, nobody's kicked out of it, yeah.
All right, Boney.
I'll tell you who's going to win. My stomach, because this is going to be a great time to get up and get some food.
I was going to say take a shit. That's what I was going to say.
My bladder's going to be so happy with me, too.
Might take a nap.
No, Drew McIntyre. There's no way to go even further into it. Drew McIntyre.
I agree, and I am also picking Drew McIntyre. All right, so match number 4 of the night, we've got the Usos versus Shinsuke and Boogs. We're up to you, Marco. You're first.
Oh man, I'm not really invested in this match either. I'm kind of wishing they kept the Viking Raiders storyline going with the Usos, because I'm not sure where it dropped off at all. I'm not sure why they stopped doing it, but who knows? Man, I don't see the Usos losing. at all. I think they're going on a run, like their family member Roman Reigns. I'm picking the Usos. Keep the titles.
All right, young Anthony.
Oh man. As much as I don't care about this match, this was a really tough one to pick because I don't care about it.
Same here.
I agree with you, Marco. I think that like the Usos are just on this dominant run, and for them to lose the titles, it would be tough for them to do so. However, Vince does love Pat McAfee dancing on that table any chance he gets. And I think that's the main reason why Shinsuke held on to that IC title for so long. So with Shinsuke not with the title, and with that meme still running wild, and Vince laughing his ass off, and Gorilla, I think we see good shit, pal.
God damn it.
We need more fart noises.
Make movies.
We'll make movies.
With that being said, I think we'll see Shinsuke and Boogs take the titles this weekend.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Tony.
Yeah. So I just kind of with Mark. I'm going to echo with Marco. Kind of. Me and Marco are pretty close here. I think we have almost the same picks except for the first match. But Usos, with the whole family, whatever they're called, the bloodline. Yeah. I just don't see it ending anytime soon. So for that reason, I'm picking the Usos.
All right, Acefield, Steve.
I thought this match was hard to pick as well because it was just thrown together. Nakamura and Rick Boogs are pretty entertaining, but I think the finish of this match will be a huge tell for what's going to be happening on night 2. I think if the Usos lose here, I feel like it would be a very good tell about what might happen in the main event. But I'm going with the Usos here. I think that the story is that they're just a dominant faction. It doesn't make any sense to take the titles off them just yet. I think the Usos have been on a run that hasn't been as memorable. They haven't wrestled a lot of people. I mean, at Elimination Chamber, they canceled the match with Viking Raiders, as Marco mentioned. I would have liked to see the continuation of that because the Viking Raiders are a much more established tag team. But I do appreciate the fact that both tag team championships are being represented at WrestleMania.
Yes, true.
Because tag team wrestling rules, and I think it's good to be highlighted. So I'm going with the Usos, though.
Yeah, I agree. Usos for the win. I think after noticing this past week, they were counting the days, how many days the Usos have had it. They're going to come close to the New Day. If not, have them break it. They're just going to keep that bloodline team dominating WWE. So. But I do agree with what you said there. If the Usos do lose, that might mean Brock has a chance at winning.
I agree.
All right, let's go to our next match. We've got the New Day versus Sheamus and his little buddies, Butch and Rich Holland. Okay, I got to think here. Okay. Young Anthony, we're back to starting with you. Go ahead.
Can we just talk about how bad night 1 looks? Going through these matches.
I'm not minding going to a wedding on night 1 right now.
That's what I'm saying.
And this is coming from the WWE guy. You're the WWE guy.
I'm going to be there too, and I got to sit through this shit.
You want to post night?
That's your fault, pal. Yeah. That's your fault, pal.
No, I was supposed to go like 3 years ago, so this is just to say I was there. But no, I mean, I really wish Big E, everything happened. I really wish it never happened because I feel like we would have gotten a pretty good 6-man tag. The fact that they're putting in, I think it's only Sheamus and Ridge Holland. The fact that they're only putting in those two and not Pete Dunne is really annoying because if Pete Dunne was in for Ridge Holland, I think we see a much better tag team match. But whatever, he's on the outside. I really don't have a big prediction for this one. It's a toss up for me. I still haven't made my prediction. It really comes down. Let's see. New Day or Sheamus and Ridge Holland.
Time's ticking, pal.
I know they're building up Sheamus and Ridge, so I'll go with Sheamus and Ridge. I'll go with them. New Day doesn't need a win. I'll go with the bad guys.
Yay, Bone.
Well, this is where the power of positivity ends, and we're going negative, baby. Sheamus and Ridge, and I think they're gonna try to really push that little. I don't consider them a faction. Some people do. It's stupid. They're still technically a tag team. A faction's 4 people. Anyways, that's a whole nother point. But their little Newsies group, you know, that's your little paper boy, your paper boy group. I don't know what else to call it.
can I have some more,
There you go. Yeah.
Showing your shoes for a nickel, sir.
It's Tuesday, isn't it? I think we could do a better job than them. Anyways, yeah, Sheamus and whatever his name is.
Good old Ridge.
All right, Steve.
So when I'm picking these matches, I almost go with the opposite of what I think, because that's how WWE books. It depends on where this is on the card, and I think they're going to have it close to the middle of the show. It's not opening, or it's obviously not closing, as we know, but it may be the let-up match before the main event or before the SmackDown Women's World Championship. This is a coin toss. I go the New Day because wins and losses don't matter. So they're building up Sheamus and Ridge Holland. It doesn't really matter if they win or lose. They're still going to go where they're going with them. And the New Day have another moment, maybe in dedication to Big E. I don't know, Xavier and Kofi get the win here.
Oh, that's true.
All right, Marco.
Yeah, that was kind of my he kind of stole my thunder there. That was my thinking going into this match, is that they're going to get some retribution for what happened to Big E, even though there was a singles win for Xavier Woods this past Friday night on SmackDown. But you know, I think Kofi took a loss the week before, so I think they're just rounding it out now with a win for the New Day. And they'll celebrate. And maybe Big E will be there to celebrate with them with his neck brace on and
now
everything.
Marco's stealing my thunder, because I was going to say after New Day wins, Big E comes out on the stage.
Yep.
The place goes crazy.
Yeah.
He gets a moment. New Day is going to win this match. New Day is my pick. One of the greatest tag teams in WWE history and all of wrestling history. I don't see them losing here.
Yeah.
Good points.
All right. So let's move on to the next match. In the next match, we have Seth Rollins versus whoever Mr.
Vacant.
McMahon picks.
That's WWE Vacant on
Right.
Twitter.
WWE
If
Vacant.
you do not know.
I think it kind of looks like Stardust. So are you guys convinced it's Cody? Is everybody 100% convinced it's Cody?
I'm not 100%.
And
I don't know now.
News broke earlier tonight, just a couple of hours ago, that Shane McMahon is going to be at WrestleMania for the weekend. The original plan
That's what I'm thinking.
was for Seth Rollins to fight Shane McMahon before the whole thing happened with Shane at Royal Rumble. Or, you know, maybe I'm picking it's going to be Elias, but that's just my guess.
Ooh. It's another.
Elias.
Oni, I think this is your first pick. So you go.
So I guess we could do bonus pick here.
Yeah, we do have some bonus picks for some tiebreakers. So
yeah,
Boney, if you want to throw those out.
Man, I don't know. I'm confused ever. I'll be honest, boys. I was willing to go up about 65%, but I think I'm back down to my 45% that Cody's going to show up.
Ever or for Mania?
Ever.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and just do the safe pick and say Cody's gonna be there. Because I mean, there's been reports of it by various team journalists, and you know, people who know they're talking about. You know, so I'm gonna go. Cody's gonna be there. But I'm going to go with Seth wins the match. Doesn't matter who he wins with.
Wow.
All right, cool. Steve?
Wow.
All right, so I'm feeling like 87% sure that Cody's coming, and here's why. Because they keep mentioning the nightmare stuff. Corey Graves was really making it quite obvious 2 weeks ago, saying it's a nightmare for Seth Rollins, smoke and mirror, whatever. They're making references to Cody, and they would not do it unless it was confirmed. So I think it's going to be Cody, and I think there's no way. I mean, there is a way because it's WWE, but there's no way you debut Cody Rhodes in WWE if you want him to be the next big star that you're allegedly booking him as, and have him lose here, even though they believe that losing creates stars, like Daniel Bryan syndrome that they've been creating since WrestleMania 30. They say beating people to death creates baby faces, but Cody Rhodes comes in, gets the win here against Seth. It'll be a great match. I mean, aside from all the drama that's going in, if he's going to be there, if he's not, this is going to be a great match and borderline dream match for me. I think the two of them are going to go out there and steal the show.
See, I think the reason why I'm picking Seth, if it is Cody, is Vince is not going to bring him in and have them go over. Not up against a top star like Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is arguably probably the 3-4 in the company. And Seth has been kind of on a little bit of a losing streak of pay-per-views here recently. Got to push him over, get him over, good over Cody Rhodes. I just don't see Vince. I see Vince humbling Cody a little bit.
I agree with you 100%. But then why would Cody come aboard if there was no promise of what's coming next?
Hey, that's $1 million question. Like
well, maybe it is $1 million. Maybe it is a lot of millions of dollars.
A lot of millions of dollars. I mean, like, why? You had it good over there. Like, what are you doing, pal?
I still believe that he's trying to right the wrong of his father. I think if they promised him a WWE main event run where you're guaranteed to work with Roman and potentially beat Roman down the line, that could be enough to pull you from there because he's living with the ghost of Dusty Rhodes with the polka dots and being embarrassed because no matter how you slice it, the Rhodes family has been embarrassed by WWE for a very long time. So
yeah,
and they're going to right the wrong.
And he's going to be continue to be embarrassed.
There is a lot of history to back that up, but I don't see Cody signing up for that unless there was something written and promised him. But plans change, pal, obviously. So it doesn't matter what we're sitting here talking about. And he could just 50-50 book him to death after this is over. But I just think you have to – if you're bringing him here, why not? What's the point of Vince making him look like a scrub?
Hey,
I would like stroking your own ego.
I would love the Dashing Cody Rhodes to come back because that theme song is a banger.
It is.
Yeah. All right. Marco?
Yeah, I'm going to – cut to the chase. Yeah, definitely Cody's going to show up. And I think he's taking the win. I'm with Acefield on this one. I don't think he comes into the company and loses on his first on the biggest stage of them all with no build up or anything like that. If there was build up and they, I could see him potentially losing if there was like a storyline going into it with Seth Rollins. But if he's going to show up, his debut match at WrestleMania against one of the top guys in the company. And I would probably say Cody, obviously Seth Rollins is a top guy in the company. I would say Cody Rhodes right now on paper is probably more popular and has more things going for him, mainly because he's on cable doing shows and stuff like that. So he has more visibility in that sense. And he's in like the mainstream, essentially. He helped build a company too as well. So, I mean, he has a lot of power and a lot of stock riding with him right now. And I think that's one of the main reasons why he would win against Seth Rollins is what he's bringing to the table as far as all those fans that they can take away from AEW to see him, flourish in WWE. I mean, his fans anyway, not AEW fans, anyone that was fans of him there. But I just think he's coming in. He's going to be one of the biggest stars there. Cause I think after the night 2 main event, we don't know where Brock's going. We don't know if he's gonna, he's gonna dip off and come back later off in the year. Nick Storm, what's up? And we don't know if we don't know what's gonna happen. And they really don't have any big stars. I mean, you can count them on one hand. Roman, Seth, Bobby Lashley, if you want to throw him in there. We talked about this countless times on the show. I mean, Cody Rhodes is a as big name as you can get in the main event scene right now. So I'm going with Cody.
And Marco, to piggyback on what you said, Seth's character right now, wins and losses really don't matter. He's just this nefarious, crazy, dresses the drip god type of character that doesn't matter if he loses, he comes out looking the same.
Yep.
And people know his resume too. I mean, he has how many big wins under his belt?
Yeah.
As a heel, he can come out looking strong even in a loss.
Yeah, he's the greatest Money in the Bank cash-in of all time. Probably one of the greatest WrestleMania moments of all time.
I agree.
Royal Rumble winner, married to Becky Lynch, multiple champion. Like he doesn't need, anything else. He can lose. He can stand to lose against the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes.
All right, yeah, Anthony, why don't you tell us what's on your mind?
Oh man.
It doesn't matter who you are.
Got him.
I hate that. I'm gonna break that soundboard. How much did you pay for that soundboard?
$600.
It doesn't matter how much you pay for that sound. Yeah, anyways. Airing that one. So look, there's different. All right. I think Cody's coming in. I think WWE is a stupid company. I think they make dumb decisions all the time. But I don't think that you can make a decision. Thank you. I don't think that you can make as dumb of a decision. I feel your pain, Nick.
Kangaroo.
I don't
I'm
think
not playing that here.
I don't think you can make as dumb of a decision at your biggest show that you've been hyping up for a few weeks now, longer, ever since Cody. They announced that Cody was leaving. There was the rumors that he was showing up WWE. Who are your other options? Shane McMahon, obviously, he's probably second in command. If they wanted to throw the Swerve, if anything,
Swerve just joined AEW.
True.
the other Swerve, the actual
Yeah.
Swerve. If they wanted to throw in a Swerve, you could bring in Shane and then do Cody, like how they. I think it's going to be word for word, move for move, how it happened at WrestleMania 34. Cena comes out, he's waiting for his opponent. Elias comes out, and then he beats up Elias, and then the Undertaker comes out, and then we have a match.
Yeah.
I think something's going to happen like that. Seth's going to come out. There's going to be someone that comes out that isn't Cody. Then Cody comes out, and then Cody wins.
Hopefully it's Brandy with the
That would
promo
be
against
hilarious.
that.
The black bitch is here.
Oh my god.
But like you look at the other candidates, and it's like there's no one that they could even imagine that would even be on that level. Like we mentioned Shane, we've mentioned Braun Breaker in the past. You just mentioned Elias for whatever reason.
Yep.
There are all these
for
different.
like a year. I think he's really dead.
You have Gable Stevenson as well.
You have Gable Stevenson, but like
I think he's a possibility too.
I
Yeah.
think he's definitely a possibility. But like, would you put a young guy in this spot and potentially already soil his debut right off the bat because everyone's looking for Cody?
True.
Not only that, but soil the rest of your WrestleMania. Although,
Yeah.
everyone-
I think that's exactly
like-
what they would do.
well, I mean, I just don't know if they would go that route, especially with Gable Stevenson or Braun Breaker.
Yeah.
I think if it's not Cody, then I don't know what they have on their hands, but I'm going with Cody for this one.
Cool.
Nick Storm says this Cody thing is really going to be the first time WWE is going to acknowledge outside wrestling into storylines.
Yeah, first time in a long time.
Yeah.
We'll see. It's kind of funny for weeks and weeks and weeks we've heard the Cody talk, and if he has signed with WWE, what they've done by not debuting him yet has been perfect because the whole industry is just buzzing about
True.
Yeah.
what's going on with Cody. So, how much would it keep people talking if he doesn't show up at night one? And he doesn't show up at night two. Like, you know how many more people are going to tune into Raw after Mania?
You keep moving
That
the
being
goalposts,
said-
eventually people give up on it. I watched Raw the last 3 weeks, I'll be honest with you,
Yeah.
because I wanted him to show up, and he hasn't yet. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
eh. So if eventually you're going to have to strike while the iron's hot, it has to be either at WrestleMania. I think it has to be at Mania, but if not, the Raw
Yeah.
after WrestleMania. But the
Yeah.
opponent has to make sense because, like
Yeah.
Anthony said, there's a chance that like you ruin the rest of the mood of the night because you have the Daniel Bryan effect where you don't get what you want at the Royal Rumble, whatever year that was, 2014.
Yeah.
People just hijack the show, and we have smart fans in the building too.
Yeah, if it
Well, Anthony.
Exactly. I'm going to be there. I'm a smart fan. Well, I mean, for me, like even Raw after WrestleMania, Raw after WrestleMania for me feels too late in itself because we've been doing this for weeks, and now we're about to have a 2-night event. So
Yeah.
you're at WrestleMania and you don't see Cody at night one. Okay, fine. He's going to be at night two. It'll be whatever. If he doesn't show up at night two, already people are like done because, from a selfish standpoint, I'm only going to be there for night one and night two. I'm not going to the night after Mania. I know a lot of people look forward to it, but why would you waste such a big spot that should be, obviously, it's your biggest return since the Hardys. It's your biggest outside signing since AJ Styles. Why would you waste this on Raw?
Pat McAfee.
Yeah.
Pat McAfee.
That's for Mondays. That's for the debate show.
Yeah, I was gonna say that if it was night 2 that this match was happening, I would probably say he's not gonna show, and then it would be Monday Night Raw. But since it's on
Are we
Saturday,
sure this is happening on Saturday though?
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah,
Is
it's
it?
night 1. Yeah,
Why would they do
Well-
this on Saturday? I just with
Because the
with
card
Steve Austin.
sucks.
the card's
You
awful.
need something to.
That's
yeah.
that is very true.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
My
Yeah, every-
God, I believe Cody shows up Saturday and fights Seth, and then Cody wins.
Nick,
Nick Storm says
the
is it
KO
main
show's
eventing?
main
No,
event.
yeah, the KO show is closing it out. But
There's been rumors this week that it's been changed to the Seth match, though.
Well, Vince
Yeah.
did mention
Ooh, see,
in
if
the
that's-
if you guys caught in the segment with Vince, he said you got to have your own WrestleMania main event.
yes.
So-
he did say that.
It could be the main event.
ooh, yeah,
Real
if it's the
quick-
main event, he's showing up, man. There's
Yeah,
no,
I think it's Cody. I think Cody goes over. But real quick,
yeah.
what did you guys think of Seth's segment with Vince in his office the other day? Because I loved it. I thought it
I
was
loved it.
Classic.
I saw people hating on it in the chat, and I'm like, why?
I loved
It's
it. I
on
absolutely
character
loved it.
for him.
Yeah.
And Vince was Vince, but Seth was just Seth. It worked perfectly.
And he was annoying the shit out of him, and Vince
Yes.
was just like, "Get out
Yeah.
of my office."
And
Like,
that's
he
the
went
first time that we've
back
seen
to
those
his
two
head in a
characters
dinosaur.
together, which was great.
It was when he put his head in a dinosaur. I popped. That was
That
hysterical.
was great.
He-
He's going. To
Yeah,
the
this
dinosaur.
this version of Seth Rollins is great. Like he just like we just said before, he doesn't. I don't think he really cares about wins or losses. He just
Yeah.
wants that WrestleMania moment.
This is my
And
favorite.
he's getting it, and that segment was awesome.
Yep.
Seth
Yeah.
has come into his own as a very authentic feeling character where he's so goofy that it feels like it's him turned up to 11. He just doesn't give a shit.
Yeah,
He goes out there,
Absolutely.
says what he wants, wears what he wants, and that
Yeah.
segment was the epitome of it. You're in the office with Vince McMahon, whether shoot or not, you're in there and you're acting like a fool. It's like it blurs the line of like Seth's having a great fucking time, and he actually feels, like you can tell he's having a good time, and that's the first time and on the only time on Raw or SmackDown you feel someone's authentically feeling their character aside from Roman. Like Seth
Yeah.
feels like he's having a great time.
Chad is in the chat. Welcome. He says, so silly to me. It's like a bad comedy movie. Hated that shit. But that's kind of the point with Seth
Yeah.
is that he's supposed to be over the top.
He's
You
an
know,
anime
that's,
villain.
that's his whole
He's just
character.
an anime
If Seth
villain.
isn't over the top, it doesn't work as a character.
Right.
Yeah.
And the fact that
Vince
he's
is
paired up with
goofy,
the
I would've
most
hated
over the
it.
top character in history in Vince McMahon,
yeah,
I think it worked so well.
The fact that Vince played serious through the whole thing made it perfect.
yeah.
Okay, so what's next? We've got Charlotte versus Ronda
Ooh,
for the Raw for the SmackDown Women's
Oh, I
Champion.
forgot this is name.
SmackDown Women's
Yeah.
Champion. All right. This is you, Steve.
So I was confused why they put both women's championships on night one.
Stupid.
I thought they should stagger them on 2 nights. This build has been really weird, especially since Ronda wasn't on Raw last night. And I'm not sure if you saw Twitch where she was streaming. I think it was Twitch or Instagram Live where she was saying that someone's like, "Oh, shouldn't you be at Raw?" And she's like, "Oh, I would be there already, so I guess I'm not going to be there." So they had to pull her from they had the tag match that she was supposed to be in. They pulled her. The feud has been weak, and it's been kind of hot and cold where they're pulling her off the gas, and they don't know really never really got started for me. And I think with Ronda, in the beginning, you could tell that she didn't want to be there. She was still holding a grudge against the fans. And then eventually someone had a talking to her and made her feel like this is the business. You have to go out there. You're getting paid a lot of money. Go out there and be your best self. That being said, I think they're going to have a good match. The two of them have a great chemistry. If you go back to Survivor Series 2018, the two of them had a really good match. I think it was Survivor Series 2018. Someone look it up for me. Nick Storm, look it up on Google for me. The Google machine.
It is Survivor Series 2018.
They had a great match, and I think Ronda goes over here. Charlotte, it's just another opportunity for Charlotte to lose and then win the title back and get another one closer to her dad. So Ronda goes over here.
All right, Marco.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. Ronda's definitely taking the win on this. Like you said, the build-up has been pretty odd. Like you said, just it's like highs and lows. Like they'll have like 1 week it will be a really awesome segment, the next week it will be a like awful segment, the next week it will be really so like it's kind of weird. They Ronda isn't the most charismatic. Obviously that's not what she's supposed to be. She's not supposed to be like, over the top, like crazy and stuff like that. But I think she kind of showed her mic skills this past Friday. It was a pretty bad promo. She's just no emotion, like just very kind of like robotic, just kind of just saying the words, not really like putting any meaning behind it and stuff. So that's for me. That's kind of killing the excitement for the match. But I mean, I definitely think Ronda Rousey. Yeah, Ronda's winning, and Charlotte's gonna win it again and just become, like you said, a multiple time champion, just like her dad. I think she's 13 now.
Yeah,
13-time champion. So yeah, so 14.
Are they counting the Divas Championship anymore? I know they weren't counting for.
I don't even think they are.
So
I don't know. Yeah, I mean,
they wasn't counted either. So
yeah,
I heard they counted at Lipsticks, the adult gentleman club down the road. But anyways,
Matt's in the cooler says the build has been awful. Ronda is horrendous on the mic, but all things said, this
Of
match
course.
will over deliver in ring and most importantly, beautiful. Jacket Marco. Thank you for coming in, Matt. And we have a comment from Chad here. Ronda's checked out of this run, just a payday.
100%.
Yep.
That will actually lead to my prediction. Marco, you said it best, and Matt mentioned it. We talk all the time about how bad of a promo Becky is, and rightfully so. Why don't we talk enough about how bad Ronda Rousey is on the mic? Because for someone with the star power of her, the fact that she cannot cut a promo to save her life is abysmal. So that's one. That's the main reason why I'm really not invested in this feud. Besides the fact that there was no direction with this feud whatsoever. I don't think they knew like what they really wanted to make out of this. Like there were some weeks that they were like, let's just do the WrestleMania 35 like parking lot brawl. And that brawl was amazing because it worked. If you're just going to rehash that, it doesn't work. And then there are some weeks that they're just like, let's just have Charlotte tap out for no reason. And I think there were different pieces in place that if they did it correctly, it could have been a good story, like Charlotte tapping out, big moment. Charlotte, standing over Ronda with the belt, another big moment. But it just didn't work. They didn't mesh well in a story together. With that being said, Ronda Rousey is definitely going to win this title. And that kind of goes along with my original prediction of Becky retaining her title and Ronda winning her title. Kind of get a little different feel here. I don't see Charlotte retaining here. I don't think there's any reason why Ronda would come in to do this match and not win the title. And it would make the most sense to have a big blockbuster name. Although Charlotte is a big name, Flair, whatever. The biggest name that you have possible, Ronda Rousey. And it'll be a good match. I'm still not sold on it being like a fantastic match. I hope they over-deliver. But I'll go with Ronda on this one.
All right, J-Bone.
Great point. By the way.
So I think the biggest issue, honestly, and this is kind of a complaint I've always had with WWE, right when the Royal Rumble winner, of course, wins, they got to announce who they're going to face, even though like WrestleMania is 60 days out, So then the problem is now they got to build for 60 days, and WWE doesn't know how to do that anymore. So I think, and we kind of saw that with Bianca last year. To some degree, we see it honestly with Brock and Roman. Luckily, those two guys know how to cut promos, and they kind of made it entertaining. But I mean, if they weren't, we would see the same thing. To be honest with you, and I'm going to cut Ronda some slack too. This isn't necessarily her world. Her world is UFC. Her world is that fake fighting over there. UFC stands for Ultimate Fake Crap, in case y'all didn't know. But that's just my opinion. As far as that goes. However, I do think this is gonna be a sleeper match. I think over the weekend. I think people are like, oh, okay. Much like Bianca and Sasha was last year. So, but to get to my winner of the match, Ronda Rousey.
Yeah, I can't argue. Ronda's going to win. My wife says it the best when she watches Ronda. She's like, look at that smile. It's so fake. She's like, she's forcing that smile. She doesn't want to be there.
No,
It's like you can see she doesn't want to be acknowledging the fans. It's just terrible. But
Yep.
when you get offered that much money. But yeah, she's going to win. And I think it's going to lead till next Mania when she'll fight Becky title for title, and then by the women's.
That
I was going to bring that up. I wanted to bring that up. I think they'll do a title unification, and I think in some way we're going to see the end of a brand split this year, where we're going to see women bouncing back a little bit back and forth.
It's got to happen. It's
gotta
finally has to happen.
I think
keep
we're
that
going to
title
slowly
fresh.
see over the next year the two brands melt into each other till we're back
Right.
to one brand.
That's what I mean. Yeah. So like we're gonna see SmackDown women going to Raw to challenge Becky to keep the title fresh and
Yeah.
keep challenges rolling.
We get to
Chad says all the fans who followed her in UFC knows how uncharismatic she is and how she can turn on a fan base and lose her passion with a quickness. Strong words there. Strong words.
true.
UFC is not fake. What's he talking about?
It's sports
Entertainment. Sports entertainment.
True.
And then we have of course it is fake fighting.
It's
We're
so
WWE
fake.
fans at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's super fake.
Super fake.
If you guys join the Discord, we have a little channel called Fake Sports. That's for baseball, for hockey, for football.
Yeah.
Those are fake.
Exactly.
Have you seen what they wear? They don't even wear undies to the ring. They wear like swimsuits.
Yeah.
Most of them aren't even
it's
like
like
Those belts, like
most of them don't have
want a
buttons.
championship
Yeah.
belt with a big W on it. You know
They
what
wear
I
their
mean? Like,
they wear their swimmies to the octagon. It's
look at most of those pictures. They don't have muscles. They don't have six packs.
But just to close the loop on the Charlotte thing, I think whenever it's a big match, she shows up and people, love to hate her, but she has been one of the best women's wrestlers of our generation, if not of all time.
absolutely.
And I think she's going to get the best match she could possibly get out of Ronda Rousey. And Ronda's not so bad herself. So
No, I believe it's going to be a good match. I don't take that away from either of these women. They're going to put on a solid match. So, all right. So let's end night one. We have the KO show. Steve Austin.
What?
Steve Austin and Kevin Owens.
Huh?
What?
All right.
Come again.
So we're up to Marco. Tell us what you think is going to happen here.
So real quick, Marco. So the bonus question is: this will be a bonus question. Do you think this will turn into a match?
Oh.
An impromptu.
Wrestling isn't fake. What are you talking about? It's real. Everything is.
Papa Job, you're working yourself into a shoot, brother.
Yeah. One of the realest forms of fighting you will ever see, my friend.
Yeah, it's so real.
They all hate each other.
Big E didn't break his neck because it was fake.
Yeah,
They have brass knuckles tucked into their undies. Right?
Yeah, exactly. You ever seen a kendo stick before? Hell. But anyway, man, does it turn into a match? An impromptu. It's closing out the show, so it's not just a segment in the middle of WrestleMania, which leads me to believe that it may in fact be like, I don't know. Do they ring the bell? That's the thing. Does the bell ring?
Yeah, does this bell ring?
The
bell has to ring
during this segment. Yeah, I can see I can see Kevin Owens getting all worked up and going, I can beat you in whatever, how many seconds. Let's see who has the best stunner, blah, blah, blah. And then, ring the bell. And then it's a quick match. I could see that happening. I mean, I could see you, naysaying, but I could see them, Austin throws a few punches, starts a mud hole in the corner. He doesn't have to do the whole Lou Thesz press if he can still get up there. Do all, pull out all the hits, all the greatest hits. And then end it real quick. That's a possibility. But dang, this is rough. You know what? I'm gonna go. It's WrestleMania. It's WrestleMania week. It's WrestleMania weekend. I'm gonna go big. I'm gonna say they do in fact ring the bell. How about that?
Ring the bell.
Some point during that segment, it's closing the show. And they're gonna ring that bell. When that bell rings, I'm gonna drop you on that stack of dimes you call it, Nick.
Well, you can damn well bet that Stone Cold Steve Austin's going to be there.
Damn good Stone Cold you do there, Marco.
Oh yeah.
All right, young Anthony, it's on to you.
Oh man. Oh wait. So Marco. So is Austin gonna win then? When they
Yes,
ring the
Austin's
bell?
gonna win. He's gonna drop him on that stack of dimes. Stack of dimes.
Stack
He
of
calls it
dimes. What?
I don't know why people aren't. I don't know why people aren't confused that this is the main event. I feel like this is such a weird way to end the show. Like I get it's Austin, like it's huge, but like,
Agreed.
something's up. Something's got to be big here. But with that being said, the only thing that I could possibly think of for it being big is a match itself. Because, like, what are you going to do? End the show with, like, KO winning, which could be interesting, but there's no way that's going to happen. We're in Dallas. It's, so I think the bell will ring. I think we will get a if we're in the main event, there has to be a match. There's no way that we're just going to get a segment to end the show. I think you need the bell to ring, and you're going to get a 5-minute match. Don't quote me on the number. We'll say 5. Greatest hits for Stone Cold, Stunner, and I guess Stone Cold ends the night just with his fist in the air and he wins.
Beers.
Drinking beers, what? But just something seems weird about this all. I can't put my finger on it. I do think that the bell will ring and Austin will win, but expect something to happen.
Yeah.
All right. J-Bone, it's on you, buddy.
Well, I think that we're going to see this be in the middle and in the middle of the card, so I don't think it's going to end night 1. I think the Seth and Vacant is going to end in that one. So for that reason, now, unless it, of course, if it ends, it's definitely going to be a match, if it ends tonight, 1,000%, it's going to be a match. But I'm going with, they're going to put this in a nice little buffer right before Mad Cow Disease goes out and right after another shitty match, whatever, Usos, I don't know, whatever. The Mysterios, whatever you got. Those are going to be, it's going to be sandwiched right in between here. And we're going to see Steve Austin. He's going to ride into the sunset. And that'll be it.
See?
So no match.
Right?
No match.
No match. Okay.
Tom, you're picking, right? Next, I'll explain after what I think's going to happen.
I go last.
Oh, Acefield didn't go yet, right?
Yeah, Acefield goes.
I did not. So I say no match. And I think because of the fact that you have Austin involved here, you have to build towards a match. I don't think it just happens impromptu. I think, like I said on the last time I was on the debate show, with Stone Cold, his lineage has been that final match. And how it ended was so perfect, rode off into the sunset. I do see something weird happening here. I think you're onto something, Anthony. Whether it ends the show or not, I think we're going to see more than just the stunner and all of that. I think we're going to see some spots here, and we potentially could see Kevin Owens getting some stuff in. And Austin's been working out for a reason. I think we may see Kevin Owens standing tall to end the segment, whether it ends the show or not. And because of the fact that it's a 2-night WrestleMania, I think you can get away with having the heel stand tall and not the fans are going to go home happy possibly on night 2. You could end the show with they get their Stone Cold fill, but at the end, you're making sort of a next level star with Kevin Owens getting his stuff in and looking strong. I mean, who else can say that they ended WrestleMania standing on top of Stone Cold Steve Austin? This is an opportunity that if you really like Kevin Owens and you felt like you re-signed him for a reason and you wanted to keep him away from AEW because you think he is a needle mover or a guy that could be a huge star, this is the moment to prove it. It's not just about the nostalgia trip. You have to build new stars. And I know Kevin Owens isn't a young guy, but the current generation has to look strong against the older generation. So I'm hoping that Stone Cold knows what's best for business. He always says it on his show and talks about it on the podcast and also on those interview sessions. He believes that the generation has to go up and grab the brass ring. He does love Kevin Owens, so he might be willing to do the ultimate honor without giving him, a win over him. He'll give him the next best thing where he gets powerbombed and gets left laying in the ring to end WrestleMania with Kevin Owens drinking beer. So,
wow.
Bold prediction. No match, so no bell ringing. I don't know. Other than that, I just think Kevin Owens stands tall, and we're going to see Stone Cold. And like Nick Storm said, I mean, that'd be awesome with the tights underneath, but
he just shimmies out of the shorts.
Not happening.
Ooh, ready for Matt.
What we could be doing is potentially building towards SummerSlam, where you have Stone Cold work, 6 more months to get up to the point where he feels like he can wrestle a match, and you can give it the proper build without rushing it. And then you can have Kevin Owens versus Stone Cold and make SummerSlam a really big deal.
I want to call out this comment from Matt. He says there's nothing on the card here that is better to have as the final image of WrestleMania Saturday than a beer bash and Austin with his arms held
100%
high.
correct. But I mean,
Yep.
this is Raw Down Mania. I have to be bold here.
Yeah.
I want to step outside the box. But
But
does
this
it
is
do
what
for
I'm
Kevin
kind
Owens?
of.
What does it do for Kevin for Austin to do that? Why would you put Kevin Owens in that spot?
Well,
And
that's
make him
another.
look.
You get eyes on Kevin. You get eyes on Kevin Owens. You can see.
But a guy who hasn't wrestled in how many years? 19 years is going to come in and make him look like a geek. I don't know.
No, I don't think that'll be the case. Kevin will get his shit in. He'll get shit on the mic and in the ring. He'll get his spots, but because there's going to be quote unquote a fight sequence here.
Would you guys be mad though? Would you be mad if Owens was standing tall? Would you be upset?
No.
No.
I agree.
But I don't think it's going to happen.
So what is a fight sequence? What do you guys think? Because how are you going to end? Yeah, go Tom.
They're gonna wrestle, but it's not gonna be an official match. There'll be no bell, but there's gonna be wrestling in the ring between the two of them, probably 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes. After they're going back and forth on a mic, which will probably be totally awesome. But this is just the beginning. If Austin's coming back, I think we're going to see a run from Austin. I think he's going to be back for about a year, maybe wrestle 3 or 4 matches between now and then officially retire next WrestleMania in Hollywood.
Hot takes here. Get your hot takes here.
I didn't get the hot take button for that. For saying Kevin Owens.
I forgot we had the hot take button. We're an hour into the show. We're already like, well, we have had some hot takes tonight, but that is a hot take. Seeing Austin do you think he would do a year? In that case, why wouldn't he do a match?
He has
at Mania?
For years said he's had another year run left in him. He wanted to do it. I think he's gotten himself into that shape. I think he wants to. I think Vince has talked to him. I think he's gonna lead in the next era of WWE, and Cody's gonna be a big part of that. So absolutely, I could see him doing it.
Yeah, I would love to see it. It's just I don't know, but why wouldn't he do the match then? I guess that's whatever it may be. But
here's what I see. This might be a hot take. If you want to throw the hot take thing in here.
Hot takes here. Get your hot takes here.
So we talk about the segment either being in the middle or closing it out or what have you. So I think it's definitely closing it out. I think that's the ending segment, and I think this is the hot take. I think Seth Rollins is opening the show. I think that's the show open.
I thought it was.
I think that's how you kick off WrestleMania weekend.
I think it's
the
Becky
first night.
Opening it.
Seth Rollins, his music hits.
Good question for a tiebreaker.
I think that happens. I think you open it up with
Seth
Rollins.
We could do that. Okay, so what opens and what closes?
Becky and Bianca opens.
Marco, I love that pick because it's similar to WrestleMania 35. You get the crowd off to a really hot start. I got to agree with you. I think it's going to open the show. I mean, I wish you didn't say it this way. It didn't sway me. I can't think of anything else opening the show now. My brain won't function.
Yeah, no, I think you hear
Marco.
that music. You hear Seth Rollins' music hit, and you're like, "Holy shit!" So, you're going to see that appearance.
But then, do you run the risk of people? So, the reason why Austin and KO is main eventing, as far as I read, is because there's some worries that people are going to leave after the Austin KO segment, and they don't want people to leave before the main event. So do you run the risk of starting with Cody and Seth and have people leave because they were there just to see Cody Rhodes there? Which a lot of people, I know some people that are going to Mania simply because of the Cody Rhodes stuff.
I don't think that's a majority of people. That's probably
it's a very small.
That's
get him out of here. Get him out of here.
Get him out of here.
I don't. Yeah, Cody's not a bigger name than Stone Cold. I'm sorry.
Well, no, obviously
people are sticking around to see Stone Cold. They're not. Oh, Cody's here. All right, let's leave. Let's not see the rest of the card. Let's not see Stone Cold return.
No, that's a good
that's
point.
Not happening. No.
I mean, if anything, that would be
anyway.
for KO and Austin to start. That would be more of that argument of people will leave after that.
Yeah. Stone Cold's here. That's it. Now we can leave.
Don't give him any attention. Get this kid out of here. God.
Somebody shave his head already. God.
All right. So, young Anthony, this is when I hand the show back over to you.
Yes. All right, folks. So we are already an hour and 10 in, and we're halfway done.
Wait. I'm sorry. Actually, real quick, are we going to go around? and do our picks on who's.
Oh yeah.
match,
So
yeah.
what's going to
Just real quick. What's
Yeah.
going to open? What's going to close? Just do.
So I'll
Go
start
ahead.
us off.
Yeah.
Just I will say that Becky and Bianca will start, and I will say that KO and Austin will end. I'll just go safe there.
I'm going the same thing as Young Anthony.
For the sake of being different, since Marco picked it first, I'm going to go with the Charlotte versus Ronda match as the tiebreaker is the opening match. Start with Ronda getting.
Ooh.
She can go home early, pack her bag like Hogan, bro.
I can
Yeah.
see that actually too.
Yeah, I'm going for the vacant versus Seth Rollins as the first match. WWE vacant on Twitter.
All right. Cable, did
Funny
you
follow.
pick?
Ronda goes on first. She wins, and Cody ends last.
Ooh, good picks here. All right. Already. As we have Hawk just lighting up in the comment section, which I could give less of a shit about, we are going to move on to a staple here, not to be confused with the staple, but we have a staple of the Raw Down.
Outside the ropes.
It's all about the game and how you play it. It's about the game and how you play it. That's my best impression of
I thought you were
Lemmy
having a
singing.
stroke.
That was my best
Lemmy?
impression of Lemmy
Lemmy.
singing
Oh.
Triple H's theme at WrestleMania 17.
We're Motorhead. We're going to kick your ass.
We're Motorhead. We're gonna kick your ass. All right. You gotta get the growl in your voice. Anyways, so Triple H retired. That's an awful way to start the segment.
Yeah.
We learned not too long ago Triple H on a Stephen A. Smith segment, no less. He has announced that he will more than likely never be able to get back in a wrestling ring ever again. Which basically means Triple H has officially retired from in-ring competition. We're going to keep this segment very short because I do want to get you guys' opinion on this. And we do have another topic for Outside the Ropes. But what are you guys' initial reactions for this? Triple H has retired. What are you guys thinking? Tom, you've been the moderator. Start us off.
It's not a shock. We knew what he went through. We knew it was really bad. Now we know the details. Guy's got a defibrillator in his chest. But man, what a career! Love Triple H. Always did. Great heel. DX was just legendary. It's sad that he had to go out like this and didn't get to have one final match. Would have loved to seen him fight AJ Styles at Mania, or but it's you got to see an emotional Triple H on Stephen A. Smith too. So I've seen a little different side. So all the best to him in his retirement, and I'm sure we'll still see him around.
Sure, for sure. J-Bone, go.
Yeah, kind of just echo the statements Tom made. Just not a huge shock. I guess the shock, was really what he went through. Just hearing all the details, And another shock is putting on Stephen A. Smith, like the auspicious, the awesome, the grateful,
The blasphemous,
the Triple H, the game. I tell you. That was just kind of weird too. But anyways, hey, good for Paulie. He's he's at home and chilling with the fam. I like to see him more involved in the office. We get WWE back to where it was, with NXT. We'll see.
Marco, this is definitely going to affect, ever seeing a lot of these dream matches for Triple H. But what do you think about his role still as far as NXT pertains? Do you still think that he'll be able to continue that role, or do you think that'll affect that as well?
I don't know, man. They kind of like future endeavored everyone from his NXT anyway. They kind of moved on from that. So I don't think he'll be a part of NXT anymore. I think he'll take. I mean, if anything, he'll take more of a role in the corporate part of WWE. I'm not sure if he's going to do anything creative. Especially like with his heart issue. Like, I mean, doing all that stuff can be super stressful. So I don't think, I think he's gonna, take kind of like a backseat and do more of like an office job, if anything. But yeah, man, it is pretty sad. He's definitely one of my favorites. He was the last of the Attitude Era, man. For the WWE, it's like that's pretty much it. Taker's gone. He's gone. I mean,
I mean, we
he's
still
like
have
the last
Edge,
remnant.
I guess.
Yeah, I mean Edge. I mean he's not really attitude era. He's
Yeah.
more ruthless aggression era. But yeah, man. I mean, my favorite of his themes though is definitely Evolution.
Yeah.
The evolution is a mystery. I love that. A great theme.
The line in the sand.
Yeah, I just think,
Listen.
I think honestly, like you guys were saying, not a shock. It's one of the few times we have a full career that we can look at is say what we were getting from Triple H. Any other time is extra from the beginning of the end. I mean, the guy has 3 legacies. He has him as a stable wrestler where he's almost the mid-card guy. Then he's the main event guy who's carrying the show. And then other than that, who else can say that they have a legacy of creating future stars? And the NXT stuff that he did will live forever in my mind as some of the best wrestling. It borderline created what we're seeing today in AEW, whether people want to admit it or not. His NXT run is super special, and those takeovers I'll carry with me. This, Samoa Joe, Finn Balor, Adam Cole, Keith Lee, that whole era is something to be very proud of. And I'm just happy he's okay, because too many times we get the push notification or we see it in the news that some of these guys didn't get the health checkup and maybe something bad happened. I'm just happy that he's okay. I generally want him to be good to go, and I want to see him living a very long time, whether it's in the business or not. I appreciate everything he's given to me as a fan. I've been a fan of him for a very long time. Watched pretty much his whole run in WWE, WWF. So huge fan. And it just was really weird to see him as emotional as he was, like you guys were saying. We never get to see that side of Triple H. Because of the fact he's been such a rock for WWE and professional now, like with the suit on. He was a human being there, sitting there, and you get to see how much he loves the business. So he'll be missed in the ring, but I'm sure his contributions will live a very long time, whether it's in NXT or not. So
yeah, obviously, I didn't have a lot of memories like compared to you guys with Triple H because
you calling us old?
I am calling you. I'm calling you old. Anyways, but I will say that the first show that I ever watched, and I will never forget this, was a Raw from Madison Square Garden in 2009. And the main event was John Cena and The Undertaker teaming up. They were both world champion by that point, going up against Big Show and Chris Jericho. It was a triple threat tag team, including D-Generation X, Shawn, and Triple H. So it's just weird to see how like those 6 guys were really like my introduction to wrestling. And obviously I've always been a WWE guy. No surprise from my appearances on the tavern, but it's just weird to see like how those guys have really like, it almost makes me feel old. The fact that, you see guys like, they're retiring or they're making limited appearances or they're just out of WWE. So something like Triple H, who he was kind of one of my main introductions, not just that match, but, like the rivalry with The Undertaker, both WrestleManias, that stuck with me. Even like he was doing some stuff with Sheamus in like 2010. And that will always stick out to me because like WrestleMania 26 was my first Mania that I ever watched. And it was just so like impactful to see like Triple H at Mania. It was like, fuck, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So, all that stuff, these are all like really great memories. I know the D-Generation X around like 2009 is looked down upon because it's goofy PG, but like, I grew up on that. Like it was so cool to like see those guys interact. So obviously like it sucks to really see him. And obviously his impact on NXT, like as I grew up, this is all stuff that I was really prevalent with. It sucks to see it. The fact that we won't see a lot of these dream matches. Someone mentioned Triple H and AJ. Yes, his Mania matches were amazing.
Oh yeah, his entrances are freaking crazy. Yeah.
I hope he can still at least pull up like one more entrance.
Don't forget his feud with Brock Lesnar too.
Yeah.
WrestleMania
29.
He snapped his arm, remember?
And obviously the authority angle with Daniel Bryan, like that. Yeah, that moment. So I remember watching it at a friend's house in like 2013, that SummerSlam. It was just like
definitely go back and watch those like Brock Lesnar matches where they were just pretty much like brawling and using weapons and stuff like that. But definitely go back and watch like the when he actually snapped his arm, when he had him in the Kimura lock, and they made it look legit, man.
Yeah,
like
man.
I mean,
the one point I want to make before we move on, because I know that you want to get to the night 2 predictions. I think it's important as fans that there's been a lot of talk about in GCW, Joey Janela getting his flowers. It's a shame it takes this long for people to appreciate Triple H. It takes something like this happening. Mm-hmm. Too many times it's like all the love that's coming out to Scott Hall that we were looking at, and a lot of people were fans of Scott Hall, but it takes something bad happening. Like, we should just appreciate the wrestlers while they're here and what they're producing, because Triple H is a guy throughout my whole fandom. People hated on him throughout the internet because he was married to Stephanie. He was booking himself to be champion. So my generation of fans really didn't appreciate him for the heel he was and the contributions he had in the ring and out of the ring. So give the guys their flowers, God damn it.
Yeah, definitely.
His reign of terror. His reign of terror. I'm sorry, real quick. The reign of terror he had in 2003 to 2005, 6ish. It was epic. So
tore his quad too while he was at it, and still continued the match.
Yeah, finished the match. He was teaming with Jericho that night.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, man.
No, he was teaming with Austin.
Oh, Austin versus Jericho.
It was Jericho and Benoit.
Right.
Yeah. Who was that?
Benoit.
The same guy that's in the graphic against Seth Rollins. Same guy.
I agree. Damn! Triple H has always been in my top 10 favorites of all time. I've always loved him. I've always appreciated him. So, Nick the Comic Nerd, what's up?
What's up, Nick?
Thank you for joining us.
I wanted to do a drop of Triple H, but I don't have any. The only one I have is this one.
We're going to give you what you want.
You don't have the
and they lied.
You don't have this one when he's like, Brock Lesnar snapped my arm. You don't have that one.
No, I don't have that one. We're gonna need a Triple H drop, Chad.
Are you ready?
Are you ready? Yeah, are you ready? Is a good one. All right, we had another topic for Outside the Ropes, but it's just let's just put up the graphic. It's the Steiners are in the Hall of Fame. The best Hall of Fame music.
You know who's inducting them?
Yeah,
Who?
The bundle of Sharpies that they would stick up jobbers' asses. That's great.
Oh my god!
Good job.
Ooh, Matt's calling out J-Bone on his
Wow.
Hey! Don't call me out, man. Like you talk to the Philip Fod Foundation, folks.
Listen, Roddy Piper didn't even make the list at all, so I'm still baffled.
Well, you should put your list in, pal.
Sharpies.
Right.
The numbers don't lie.
The greatest promo of all time.
How people didn't put Piper on their list. All these people.
Should have turned your list in, pal. Sorry.
Well, that ain't a knee slapper, buddy.
Even if I did, all those other people excluded the greatest heel of them all.
You're bleeding.
That gets me every time.
I love that one.
That's my favorite.
You're bleeding.
Oh, you're bleeding.
I love that whole Piper's Pit.
One of the greatest stories of all time.
So let's just hope we're getting some Steiner figures soon.
Yeah,
That's true too.
Yeah.
I need a big Papa Pump. I need of course, Steiner Brothers.
Yeah.
Let's get it.
It's
Big
weird to
booty
see that they're
daddy.
allowing Steiner in the building. I mean, years removed, he wasn't even allowed to be there. Now they're honoring him. I know he had the issue with Stephanie. I think he threatened kill her, or there was something going on with her.
Yeah.
So then I guess they cleared the air, and Steiner has sort of, who knows, the guy's a loose cannon, but it shall be an interesting Hall of Fame speech, that's for sure. I know Rick will be half of it, but Steiner on a live microphone.
Like Ted DiBiase said, everybody's got a price for the $1 Million Man.
But the influence that the tag team, they had on tag teams nowadays, they are the true OGs that people don't appreciate. People remember Scott Steiner as the genetic freak, the WCW version of him that was just, the singles wrestler, but the WWF Steiner tag team, all three in WCW as well, just absolutely epic. And again, I'm a huge mark for tag team wrestling, so they are, to me, top of the list, if not top two at least.
He's gonna start calling people fat asses the whole time.
Bunch of fat asses.
Bunch of fat asses. All right,
Diamond
I'll
Dallas
let you
trash.
take back the show. Let's get on to night 2.
All right, fellas, let's move to night 2. And the first match is going to be, how can we put 8 women in a match that people don't want to see?
Oh, wow.
Oh, my God.
Hey, it's the Battle Royal. Oh, wait, it's another multi-women
It is
match
Liv
that we don't care
Morgan
about.
and Rhea Ripley versus the tag team champions, Queen Zelina and Carmella, versus Sasha and Naomi versus Natalia and Shayna. All right, young Anthony, you go first.
Do you have a crickets button?
Yeah, I have a crickets button here. Hold on. Where is it? All right, next match. Let's make our picks. Young Anthony, you go first.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a tiger by the toe. I'll go with Sasha and Naomi.
All right. J-Bone.
Same. Next.
All right. Steve.
Sasha Naomi, this is the perfect opportunity to get Sasha a win here at WrestleMania. I think she has not won at WrestleMania, so this is a perfect opportunity to do so. So
That's
why
a good
not?
point.
Marco?
Yeah, Sasha Naomi, they're building them up. If you've been watching SmackDown, you can definitely tell they're motioning towards something, and where Sasha Banks is doing a lot more outside stuff than WWE. It definitely helps her out more just to be in a tag team where she doesn't have to put enough like a lot of physicality into the matches and stuff like that. And it definitely helps Naomi out too because they've been building her as well. So yeah, I'm definitely going.
I was going to say the same thing, so we're all on the same page.
Look at that. That's the first prediction that we're all on the same page here.
Yes. All right. So let's move on to match number 2. We got Sami Zayn versus Johnny Knoxville.
Oh.
All right, J-Bone, you're up first.
Man. This one is actually, this can kind of go into a couple ways, but I know it looks like all the Jackass guys are going to be there, and I don't mean Hawk because he's just a dipshit. He's on the show Dipshit, not the show Jackass. But I'm going to go with Johnny Knoxville here, pulling the upset victory.
All right, Steve, it's on you, buddy.
All right, so I was doing the predictions this afternoon. I originally had Johnny Knoxville. The more I thought about it, they re-signed Sami Zayn to a long-term contract. They think he's important enough to put him in a prominent role on the show. That being said, I'm staying with Johnny Knoxville because of the fact that, like you said, it's a celebrity match and it's no holds barred. There's a way that you can get everybody involved, and Sami Zayn can, be beat down with weapons. They could do crazy stuff to him. And it doesn't have to be like this, catch as cash can type of wrestling match where the wrestler loses to a guy who's never wrestled before. I'm going to go Johnny Knoxville. I think it's going to be a fun match. Johnny Knoxville.
I think it is too.
Pretty fun to watch. His appearance in the Rumble, taking those the bumps. I mean, him and AJ exchanging forearms. I want to see him go to New Japan and get forearmed by Shibata.
He'll do it. He'll do it.
Yeah, he will. Yeah.
I think it should be a lot of fun. It may just be a car crash type match, but sometimes that's what you need on a card. So I'm going to go with Johnny Knoxville.
Yeah, right, Marco.
Yeah, no, that was my original pick was Johnny Knoxville. It's it's an anything goes match, so you definitely
get that shit off the screen.
You can see you definitely know there's going to be a lot of shenanigans happening. You're going to see a lot of the I think you're going to see a lot of the Jackass cast.
I wonder who Roman Reigns' big fan is going to pick for that main event. I guess we'll have to wait.
Big fan, thank you for joining us.
I'm hoping we see a Preston Weeman spot at some point. I'm hoping we see. I mean, maybe not Chris Pontius, maybe Steve-O. We might get a Steve-O. I'm guessing they're all going to show up at some point.
Yeah, because somebody posted a picture in the Major Pod group of the Steve-O trailer.
I actually watched the movie. It's on Paramount Plus.
So he's gonna be there
streaming. Yeah, definitely watch that. That movie is
oh yeah.
Johnny Knoxville he's still a beast, even though he's really old. He still does some questionable things.
Whoa. How old is really old?
Old for what he's doing with the Jackass.
He rocks he's rocking the gray. I mean, he looks amazing. Like
he's a silver fox.
He's aging gracefully for a guy who just like falls off the top of buildings and like jumps through.
He legit
flames and stuff. So he looks great.
He went head on with a bull again in the movie, and got completely knocked out. Like rib concussed.
I think he actually had like a fractured crane, his skull.
Yeah, fractured. Yeah, so he's ready. He's definitely ready for this match. He's definitely winning this match.
He's 51. I just looked it up, so he's old.
There's also a lot of penis in that movie, which is
my god, yeah,
which is Hawk's favorite movie. So.
So, Marco, that's available streaming right now?
Yeah, it's on Paramount Plus. Yeah, you can watch it off.
Compliment from Nick.
Yeah, Hawk, they're not edible, by the way.
Juan Lit Magoo is in the chat. Juan Lit Magoo.
All right. Young Anthony, Tell us, who do you think is
um,
winning this one?
Let's see. I see you looking at the board already. I know that you're
hands
gonna
right
hit me.
here.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, Knoxville is gonna win. I don't know why I was thinking about that. Although it will be a good match. I think this will be the sleeper of the show for sure. I think I'm happy that it's anything goes. Because I think you needed one stipulation match. They might even go all around the arena on this, or the stadium rather. I think they'll go all around the stadium. I think you'll get a big stunt.
Oh yeah.
Although, okay, well now I have to think, because if anyone's gonna take a stunt, it's gonna be Knoxville. So, fuck. You know what? No. Sammy's gonna win.
We're not booking Flair and Race here, pal. Come on.
I know, right?
No. I'll stay. I picked Logan Paul for the last one. I'll go with Johnny Knoxville on this one. I was thinking maybe they pull like a WrestleMania 35 when like they do the big suplex for Shane and Miz, but Shane gets the win. I was thinking that maybe Sammy gets the win there, but no, I think Knoxville wins.
Oh
I think.
I think Knoxville wins only because Sami Zayn is going to sell it great. It's going to lead into his character even more.
Right, it's conspiracy.
Perfect, yeah.
Oh my god, don't go to that last one. Actually, no. You know what? Pop, throw it up. Throw it up to throw that in the comment up. So awful.
Why are we giving this jabroni any airtime?
You know what? No. Before we go on, I'm
jester.
changing it. I'm gonna go Sammy. I'm going Sammy on this one.
Oh my god!
Something tells me
Christ.
Sammy.
Hey,
Very sorry.
President Sneed Tunney is going to be watching this, and he's not going to like that you're taking
He's not a
liberty
fan
on choosing a match right now.
Hey
Come
man,
on.
for
He's
Johnny
not a fan
Knoxville,
of the fence riding. I mean, come on, Tom, get in there, man. You gotta.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should
Pick
just
a side.
count your first.
you two are guests on this show. I am
the power.
I got the blue light. The blue light.
I am
here.
the table
President
here.
Sneed gave me the power. But
Yeah.
President Sneed is a fraudulent.
we'll
I won't go on.
let you take Sami Zayn because we want you to lose this match.
All right,
Let's
thank
move
you
on
very
to
much.
the third match of the night. We're going to have Pat McAfee versus Austin
Ooh.
Theory, Vince McMahon's young protege. This one is going to be starting with you, Steve.
Two of the most punchable faces in the business, man. That was the.
Oh, what did Anthony do to you?
Hawks up there, right above them, actually.
So I think this is going to be a fun match, and I went back and forth here. McAfee can really go in the ring. I think it's going to be a fun match. I think Austin Theory gets the win here. I think they have Austin Theory slotted to be a huge superstar. I think bold prediction. Hit the hot take button.
Oh,
hit it.
Where is it? There it is.
Hot takes here. Get your hot takes here.
Austin Theory will main event WrestleMania 40. So
Wow.
I think he's the next John Cena, whether you like it or not. He is everything they want in a wrestler. And I don't think they want on his resume that he lost to a non-wrestler and announcer on his resume. I think they have huge plans for him. He's going to, McAfee's going to get his stuff in. Obviously, we saw he can go with Cole, and he does all. It's not just like he's Michael Cole in there. He's going to go out there and do that. So I would say fun match. They're probably going to give it 10, 11 minutes. Austin Theory goes over. Vince McMahon will be very proud of him on Raw.
All right, Marco.
Yeah. I don't see Austin Theory losing this match at all. It's definitely a way to get Pat McAfee in. Give him his WrestleMania moment. If you watch that interview that he did with Vince McMahon, and he gave it to him live on air. But yeah, I think it's definitely a stepping stone for Austin Theory to he's. I mean, I said this on the Chick Foley show. I said he's kind of like a mix of John Cena and Randy Orton, as kind of like the if you're gonna put those two guys together and create like a newer version, it's pretty much Austin Theory. Kind of got booed out of the building for that take from everyone else, but I was
He did.
I wasn't saying he was physically like in ring like work and all that stuff. Like I'm just saying you take those two bodies and put them together, and
They have a love baby, and it's Austin Theory.
I agree with you, dude. Like it's exactly what Vince wants. Like if he could create Roman Reigns is his dream wrestler, but if they want to make another young John Cena, here he is right now.
Yeah, it's Austin Theory. I mean, his moveset's incredible. He he does some like pretty amazing stuff in the ring
does.
if you let him go. He does have a punchable face, which is perfect for a heel.
100%.
And you can see ladies would love him too as well. And that's the thing that Vince McMahon always goes for, is that he goes for looks too as well when he goes for his champion. So if you're gonna have someone as a face of the company at some point, they're gonna have to kind of be a looker in that sense. So he definitely is it. I know he's my pick for definitely main eventing down the line at some point at WrestleMania.
All right, young Anthony.
To rephrase the quote from JBL, if you build a wrestler from the ground up, it'll look like Austin Theory. God dang it. Yes, I agree with you guys' points. I think Austin Theory is definitely a star in the making. There's no reason why Vince McMahon would be associated with this guy if there is not plans for him. We haven't seen Vince McMahon since Survivor Series, where he did that shit for The Undertaker. So there's no reason why he's all of a sudden back on programming on a weekly basis, no less, for anyone without a reason. So Austin Theory is a big star here. I do wonder what McMahon's inclusion in the match will be. I wonder if we will see him. Maybe he'll be a special guest ref. I was hearing something about that, maybe an enforcer. I don't really know. I don't think you need it, but I would like to see Vince McMahon involved somehow. Regardless, I do think Austin Theory will win this match.
Vince can't help himself. He's going to want to bump somewhat. So, he's going to try to bump. So
I would love to see that.
All right, J-Bone.
I could have been going back and forth on this, but that since I got Johnny as my celebrity winner, I don't think we're going to see two celebrity winners. And kind of what y'all said too, the Austin Theory is kind of the future. So Austin Theory it is.
Yeah,
Simple.
Do you really think that he's a celebrity? Like, do you think this is more of a celebrity match?
He's technically an employee.
Yeah,
now he is. He's a crossover.
He's the greatest signing since Hulk Hogan. So
say it with your chest. Say it with your chest.
You'd have to mean it to say it with his chest. Yeah, I'm going Austin Theory here, but it's going to be a good match. I think people are going to be surprised who didn't see McAfee versus Adam Cole at what McAfee could do in the ring. Like, he blew me away when I watched that match. So
I was shocked. I went in with zero expectations, and they stole the show at that takeover.
Yeah, they really, really did. So, be ready for a good match there. It's going to shock a lot of people. Night 2 looks like it's such a much stronger card than
totally 100%.
So now we're going to move on to the next match, the triple threat match between the Street Profits and Otis and Gable. What are they called? The Alpha something.
Alpha Academy.
That was it. And versus the champions, Riddle and Randy Orton. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Oh, so this is whose turn to go first? 1, 2, 3. Oh, this is you, Marco.
Oh, Randy. I'm gonna go with RK Bro retaining the titles. I don't see it. Much like everyone else, that's like a top star that's holding the title. I mean, except for give or take, Becky Lynch. I don't see them losing anytime soon. They're merch machines. I know a lot of people want to see them turn on each other at some point, but Randy Orton already did that. If you guys remember, months ago, he dropped an RKO on the Stallion, and he came back to him, and they became like a even more stronger tag team. So I don't think the only way it could work is if Riddle actually turns on Randy Orton, which I don't think that's happening anytime soon. I think they're retaining. I do think there is going to be another heel turn. I'm not sure if this is a hot take. I mean, you could. I mean,
hot takes here. Get your hot takes here.
The Street Profits, either both guys or one of them, which is mainly Montez Ford, I think, is going the heel route at some point. If you've seen them on the past couple weeks on Raw, they've been leaning more towards like a harder edge style. More kind of like in your face. Even the week before when they kind of demanded title shots and They said they weren't playing anymore. They're not, coming out and doing their, dancing and all that stuff. So I think it's going to be a full. It's going to be kind of like, I don't want to say a full heel turn, but it's leaning towards. I'm not sure if they're going to break up at some point, but everyone knows that Montez Ford's a star on his own, so I could definitely see that happen. Not at WrestleMania, but I could definitely see a more hard-edged Street Profits because they need more heel tag teams anyway. That's just my take. So,
All right.
Arcade Bro for the win.
You look like you're falling asleep. You doing okay?
For me?
Young Anthony.
Oh, me? Oh, I'm doing great.
It doesn't matter how.
Do you have one for every response? Because that's impressive.
It's on you, young Anthony.
I'm going to go with Arcade Bro on this one. For the sole reason that I don't think the Street Profits really need, not that they don't need it, but I don't think it makes sense to give them the titles. I would have rather have just seen the tag team match straight up between Alpha Academy and Arcade Bro, because at least there's more of a story there. For the Street Profits, I feel like it's kind of just like rushed booking, throw in a heel tag team. I also don't like the Street Profits as heels. I don't think it works for them.
Yeah.
They're just the babyface tag team. I mean, I guess that's why, if anything, that they're heels, because like you want to, kind of throw a wrench in the plans. But I don't think that from what we're seeing, I don't even think we'll see the yes, absolutely. We have 20 viewers right now. I know a lot of you guys are over on Twitch, and I'm sorry for the quick interruption,
but I appreciate the Twitch.
Yeah, and I definitely appreciate, we 100% appreciate the Twitch. Thank you guys so much. Make sure to follow. But if you're on Twitch, head on over to our YouTube. Just drop a like, leave a comment. Tell us what you're thinking of the show so far, because it goes a long way. Thank you guys so much. Yes, at theturnbuckletavern.com. We'll do the plugs later on tonight. But what was I saying? Yes, the heel Street Profits, I don't know, doesn't really work for me. But I don't even think we're at the point where we're going to see the split up between Riddle and Randy Orton as soon as people are saying. I think they've taken the story in a completely different route, where it would kind of be a letdown if they did break up, especially at Mania. So with that being said, I'm going to go with RK Bro. I think they're a great tag team, the best thing in the tag team division that the WWE has going for them, and to split them up or take the titles off of them would be pretty dumb.
All right, J-Bone.
I'm gonna have to say RK Bro. Basically, kind of echo everybody's statements. I don't see. I see RK Bro probably splitting up, potentially around SummerSlam. I don't see it. I still see Riddle turning on Randy eventually. That's how I see it. That going down. But as far as I do think that we'll have a heel turn with the Street Profits. Maybe they form like a little trio with Bianca.
Ooh. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna be the one person who goes out on my own here. I'm going Alpha Academy.
We don't know my answer yet either. So.
Oh, you didn't go yet. Sorry, you go first, Steve.
All right, so I'm going to go with RK Bro because of the reasons that you guys all said. A kind of a combination of all of them. Marco had said they print money, and merchandise is a big deal. Yeah. I do like that they're giving Riddle a prominent role on the card. Who would have thought? He was one of the guys in NXT that I thought would have got lost in the shuffle, but he's really found his own niche on the show weekly. Whether you like the goofy stuff he's doing or not, he is an entertaining part of the show, and they do highlight him. I think if you take some of these guys in this match, Riddle, Montez Ford, and potentially Chad Gable, that'd be a hell of a match maybe a couple of years from now for the World Championship. I think that'd be a lot of fun. I think this match is going to be great. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Like I said, big mark for tag wrestling, so I like that it's being highlighted at WrestleMania. And who would have thought that the tag match, that this feud of all feuds would close the show on the go-home show of Raw with the build. And think about years past, the tag titles never being highlighted. So people are using it as a negative. I look at it as a positive. They're highlighting this because they feel like RK Bro is a valuable piece to what they're doing on Raw and SmackDown. And I think with Riddle, the future is really bright for Riddle. And I think he really took what was probably something people would have poo-pooed, and they would have looked at it and said, that's not for me. I'd rather be booked as this more serious character. He took it and ran with it, and I think eventually there's good things on the other end for it because he makes Vince laugh, and I think his in-ring work paired with the comedy has made him really a valuable piece to WWE. And who would have thought going back years ago that was the case?
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay, so now I'm going to pick Alpha Academy. I think we're going to see them take the belts here, become the new Raw Tag Team Champions, and we will see the beginning of the breakup for RK Bro, because it's the new season starting after the day after WrestleMania. And I think we're going to start to see a new Riddle, a little less goofy and a more serious guy who's going to go to be this huge star.
Don't forget, he was the guy originally slotted to win the Rumble before all those. If you want to believe what they were saying, he was the guy that was slotted to be facing Randy for the WWE Championship WWE Championship at WrestleMania. So, and the Montez Ford thing, I think he's a star in the making. He might be a future world champion. I know that's probably not even a hot take, but he reminds me of a young Rock. Really, he goes out there and he's so good on the mic. He's so smooth, and he could do things The Rock couldn't do in the ring. That frog splash, some of the high flying stuff. The future's
awesome.
super bright. He is awesome in the ring, and I'm looking forward to see what he does. As long as they, like I said, repeating what I said, the three of them in the match, Chad Gable, Matt Riddle, and also Montez Ford would be a hell of a main event, years from now. And that's what you're looking for.
Sure.
Cool. All right, so let's go on to the next one. We have AJ Styles versus the heel Edge. And this is going back to you, young Anthony.
Yep. Match of the weekend. Match of the weekend for sure. This is a match that really didn't need a story, but the fact that we got a story and a heel Edge, something from Edge that we have never seen before, able to reinvent himself. I think this is epic. I love what they're doing with Edge. And I love that we are getting this new twist on the match. With that being said, I'm going. This is a tough one actually to really predict. Because both men could use a win. Neither men could really, shit. All right, I'm gonna go with.
Out of time. You automatically get it wrong, Boney.
I'm going with AJ. I'm going to go with AJ on this one.
Well, he still got it wrong, so good job.
No, actually, Edge. I'm going to go Edge.
No.
He's gonna,
We can do that.
Tom, come on, dude. You got to
make the call here.
Come on,
Edge.
this guy.
It's Edge. I'm going with Edge.
Well, since you're wrong, we'll let you go with Edge. Boney.
Oh, my God. This kid.
You're not allowed to flip-flop again, and next time you flip-flop, your first answer is your answer.
I feel like John Cena right now calling out The Rock. Who's going to be here next week? It's going to be me and not you. So I'm here day in and day out.
And then you're going to show ass on Amy Schumer movie. Okay, good. All right.
All right, J-Bone.
So I think what he was trying to get to before he had his idea popped in his head somehow so easily. I don't know what will happen. But Edge with this new character, he's going to be on a roll. I think you could see Edge go up against Cody Rhodes, down the line with this version of Edge. I think it'll be fun. It could be some type of build right after Mania with that. And I love this new version of Edge. Edge is he's so good in the ring. This is probably the one match I'm looking forward to the most for the weekend.
Yep.
And so I'm going with the rated R Superstar Edge.
All right. Steve?
I'm going Edge as well. I agree with everything you guys are saying with the new character. It's awesome to see guys that could rely on a nostalgia trip reinventing themselves, so it's been awesome to see. This is the type of match that Edge comes back for. I was not a fan of what they did with the Miz feud. I thought they were wasting him. Even some of the Randy stuff wasn't. I mean, they did that already prior to him going in retirement. AJ Styles is a legitimate dream match. It could be one of those matches we remember for a really long time, on par with Kurt Angle, Shawn Michaels, Eddie Guerrero, Kurt Angle. This could be that type of match if they give it the right appropriate amount of time. But like you said, I think Edge is destined for being the main event picture for the World Championship eventually when Brock goes home and you need someone else to feud with Roman. Spoiler, that might be my prediction if you guys don't agree with me. But I think Edge has been awesome. Like I said, it's like a mix of the Brood character with like what Aleister Black, Malachi Black should have been doing on SmackDown, plus a little mix of what was already in there with Edge. A lot of fun to watch. Could be a sick match. And again, with AJ Styles, the way he was being booked a year prior, there's no valid reason that he would beat Edge here. I think he lost. I mean, he was losing on Raw for weeks straight. I know they were uncertain what they were doing with his contract, but to me, it wouldn't make any sense for Edge to lose here, especially with what they probably have planned in the summer for him.
Marco?
Wow. I'm gonna have to go big because everyone's picking the same person.
We're both going big, Marco. Go ahead.
I'm gonna have to go AJ Styles on this one. I think it's the total opposite. I think he needs that redemption win because he's been on that side. And for me, Edge is only a heel to combat AJ Styles' babyface. I don't think you can't go into a match with two faces, especially in that sense. And I think Edge, being the consummate professional he is, was like, you know what? I'll go heel. I can go back to the not full rated R superstar because obviously, you know, you can't do that stuff on TV anymore that he was doing back in the day. But I think AJ Styles needs that like badass heel to go against and get that win over. I think there's going to be more than one match. I'm looking past WrestleMania. I don't think it's going to be a one-off. You have WrestleMania Backlash. I think that's going to be the rematch. And maybe Edge gets the win there. And then they have another match at Hell in a Cell or something like that. Kind of like how they did with Seth Rollins. So I'm not looking at this match as a one-off dream match. I'm looking at it as a continuing storyline. And I think AJ Styles gets the first win in their battle.
Great point, Marco. Great point.
I agree with Marco a lot. I think that AJ is definitely going to win this one. It makes more sense for AJ to win this one, but I don't like this heel Edge at all. I would have rather seen.
Hold on. Wait a second. Where is it?
Hot takes here. Get your hot takes here.
Oh boy,
I think
You are ridiculous.
had
I love this.
regular Edge lose to AJ and then turn into this version of it.
No, you're out of your mind.
Like it
You're
just
out of your
happened out of
fucking
nowhere.
mind.
It didn't make sense. I don't like it. I don't
It's
like
a
how he's acting like this.
It's a Northeast thing, I guess. I don't know.
What? Don't bring me into this. I'm here too.
Don't bring us into it, see?
No, I just don't like it. I don't like him like this. I like the regular Edge, and I think it would have been better that way.
Oh my god.
You sound like Hawk.
I mean, I could.
The Hawkness
I mean-
is rubbing off on you.
I can see.
I better get a vaccine in.
I liked him when he was the rated R superstar.
It's
Why
just-
is he
it's-
doing the blue light?
If you would have lost to AJ and it would have set him off, it would have made more sense.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I can see that angle.
But you're okay with him getting to where he is now? Like you're okay with like the brutish type of character, like the
No, I
dark
don't really
father?
like it. No, I really don't like
All
it.
right.
Yeah, like his whole thing is he needs, if he's gonna face AJ Styles, he needs a phenomenal AJ Styles. He doesn't need the AJ Styles that's been, you know, like you guys said, been on a losing streak essentially, and was kind of a bitch boy to Omos or Omo, so however you say his name.
Almost a wrestler. That's his name.
Almost, but like I said, I think that's
That's a shirt right there. That is a shirt.
Oh, that's actually a good point. But yeah, I think that's where it's at. I think that's where AJ picks up the win is because of that. Because you know he's been kind of like riding those coattails a little bit and kind of taking a back seat and not really being phenomenal. And I think Edge is going to pull that out of him.
Yeah, I mean, he could have rested on his laurels and just did the rated R superstar heel turn. But like I said, it's easy for these nostalgia runs to come out there.
Yeah.
But guys like Jericho, guys like Edge, they go out there and reinvent themselves. And that's more challenging to do so because people want to see that Edge. It's more challenging. It's like a band that has released so many albums. You almost want them to keep the same sound. But it's so much better when they come out with new music that sounds a little bit different because they're progressing.
Exactly.
So
I don't disagree. I just would have liked to see more reason as to why, not just. I don't know. It just didn't make any sense. But good segue for us, J-Bone, because the next match is a match nobody could wait for.
Oh boy.
Bobby Lashley versus Omos. I guess we are starting with. Oh, it's you, J-Bone. You fall off his chair and fall asleep over there.
No, it's just this match is gonna make me fall asleep. I don't even know.
Are you doing okay?
It doesn't matter how you're doing.
I think I hate to say this, but I think almost is going over here.
Really?
I think they're going to try to build him. To try one last try. See if we can build it up one more time. And what a better way to do to lose a former WWE champion with no build.
Yeah.
Steve.
Yeah, I mean, I would hate that. I could see it happening. The segment again, it was rumored for a bit, and it was definitely they made the best of it. I mean, that Bobby Lashley ran his hardest at almost yesterday, and I just can't see any other way that Bobby Lashley loses this match. And I'm going to go with Bobby Lashley, but I think in this world, you gave so much to Omos, so it's almost like you are sitting there, and now where do you go from here once he loses? Because his whole appeal is that he can't be beat, he can't be moved. He's the unstoppable force. He's the modern day Andre the Giant. That type of wrestler doesn't have the same appeal it used to have. It's not the traveling roadshow it used to be. People want to see work rate. I mean, I think Big Show set the standard of what Giant should be. He could move, he could do things. Almost just can't move, and he's not. The match is going to be bad. Poor Lashley coming off a shoulder injury is going to have to bump for this guy and take moves from him. I felt really bad for him being booked in this match. Bobby Lashley has come such a long way. Maybe it's a hopeful pick of what they did and how they got him to the point where he was before he got hurt. They even protected him in the Elimination Chamber. He didn't even lose his championship. He was pulled from him. I know he was hurt, but he was made to look strong. All to just lose to a guy who is green as goose shit. He's not going to be involved. He's not going to be involved in long-term plans. I mean, they could do the Great Khali thing, put the title on him, but at the end of the day, nobody cares. So what are we even doing?
Yep.
So Bobby Lashley goes over here.
It's fucking Frankenstein. Just
the Yeti.
Almost.
It could work in 1981, but it's not that time anymore.
Yeah, and I agree. Yeah, I'm going with Bobby Lashley. There's no way he comes back from an injury and then loses to this guy. No, that's definitely not happening. There's nothing else to go on that. I think you guys pretty much said everything that needed to be said. He's definitely winning this match. Omos is not going anywhere at all.
All right. So you're picking?
I'm picking Bobby Lashley to win.
Young Anthony.
I'm kind of excited for this match. I won't lie.
Oh my god!
No, you're not. Such a liar.
I'm okay. So here's all right. Here's what I was surprised at. I was surprised that they went with Lashley because my original pick for who I thought they were going to put Omos up against, seeing the numbers that Omos did on YouTube, which was like 2 million for a YouTube video on WWE on like a Monday Night Raw, that's pretty good. And it was up against Commander Aziz, who is another very tall guy. So my original pick for who I thought Omos was going to go against was the Great Khali, because he was just inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Good Lord, thank God you're not booking the show.
But that's like a spectacle, though, and that would have. But listen, that would have kept Omos, protected, because Omos would have won easily. He's beating a Hall of Famer. That's a huge rub.
It would have went down as the worst match ever.
It probably would have. It's a spectacle match. It's just one of those things. However, the fact that they are putting him up against Lashley tells me that the Omos experiment in their eyes has failed. The guy can't wrestle. He can't talk. He's really not menacing. Like, if you really look at him, the way that he does his facial expressions and stuff, he's not scary. He's like this big, you could tell that he doesn't feel the character. He's not menacing enough.
Yeah.
It's just his height. That's really all it comes down to. So I think the Omos experiment has failed, and WrestleMania is all about moments. So Bobby Lashley will body slam Omos, and we'll get Bobby Lashley winning.
What a WrestleMania moment. Good Lord.
It'll be cool. No. The moment will be cool. The match will suck. But you see Lashley body slam Omos, that's
even the spot last night was pretty cool. Like Lashley headbutting him down. There was something to that. I mean, Lashley's a big dude himself, and he had to really put all his momentum into it. So I agree with you, Anthony. I nailed it. The experiment's probably over, and if they pull the plug here, that's it. I mean, you can leave him on the card. Eventually, he'll be, future endeavored probably in the spring.
Sure.
But I think
I
part
can
of it is
see
the look too. Like he's out there wearing the corporate Kane attire, like wearing the pants and like the tank top.
Yeah.
Put the guy in some wrestling attire, like Great Khali for all he was. I mean, for that guy.
Let's see some undies on this guy.
Yeah, give
Come
him,
on.
give him,
a fresh pair of undies.
So
give
go.
him, give him what do you call it? Gimmick. Carrying
Something.
cross. Give him his like gladiator gimmick. Give him like a
Yeah,
let's
what
get
is
a
he wearing?
onesie.
dress with a helmet.
Onesie.
He's like a guy who just got off his office job, took off the shirt, and he's like walking around with dress pants on. So I don't know.
It's not. Yeah, it doesn't sell merch, pal.
Yeah, it's a weird.
No
thing.
Omos
I think
t-shirts
the
in the crowd,
experiment is over,
pal.
like you said.
Nope.
Unfortunately, I'm with J-Bone on this one. I think we're gonna see Omos win.
Wow.
So I don't
Really?
want to, but
Ugh.
yeah. And if he doesn't win, and we should come back and do this on like maybe next week's episode. Try and predict the April 15th cuts that are coming up.
So if you guys go back to a Great Khali, the precedent has been set. They did squash Batista, Rey Mysterio, The Undertaker. Like they've done this before, so it's not unprecedented that they would take Bobby Lashley and squash him. So I'm not saying it can't happen, but
And this is his first singles match at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
I hope Lashley wins, but I'm
I
still.
Stone Cold would say flatter than a plate of piss. Flatter than a plate of piss.
How funny would it be if the championship came down to this match?
Oh my god.
I mean, like Omos isn't a bad pick. It's just my card right now with all my predictions. I have way too many heels, so I gotta give it to one face at least.
Yeah.
So.
All right, so let's go on to the final match, the main event of the whole WrestleMania.
Oh wait.
The time is drawing near.
The main event is here.
We've got Brock versus Roman in a title unification. I love that it's not title for title. I love its title unification.
Yes.
That makes it so much more important.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe, Steve, you get to kick this one off.
Choose
This match,
wisely.
They have put so much effort into this match. This has been, going on for how long? I mean, at this point, it's what, three WrestleManias we have main evented by this match?
Yep.
Longest
So
running.
there's so much on the line here. I did enjoy everything they've been doing. SmackDown, they've been kicking up the momentum there. I love that whole thing with the car and him coming out to the ring with the car door. Brock Lesnar has been really fun. This is probably the best version of Brock Lesnar that we've gotten. Without Paul Heyman, he's had the opportunity to really show the charisma that we really didn't see for years and years. And people thought he was just a guy who was just out there and doing the work and not talking. He can be funny. As we saw on the Pat McAfee show, the guy could be, and even he was on New York radio, on sports radio, the guy actually has a personality and they're letting him show it. He's being himself.
Yeah, I wonder how much of that gimmick he had for all those years was just kayfabe and him wanting to live the character.
Yeah.
True.
People say this shit. And look how it works. Just look at this guy now.
Yeah, so I think Roman has been on an absolute roll, and I've been saying that he should be. I mean, what they've been doing with Roman is what they've had to be doing from the start. The Roman character that was face never worked. If you guys watched the heel special, they aired after Raw, but it's on Peacock.
Yeah.
That was a great watch. Shows the progression of Roman Reigns throughout history. Just showing how they tried to make him into this believable baby face that had to overcome the odds. And yes, he had to overcome real life obstacles in his real life, but the guy hit the genetic lottery. He is an absolute handsome man. We can all be honest about it. He goes out there. He has the look. If Vince could make this guy in a lab to make a future world champion, that's the guy. I think you can't have him lose here. He's had such an unstoppable run, and I don't think it kills him to lose this match but like young Anthony alluded to before, who's going to be there the next night? Who's going to be carrying the show for the next couple of years? Lesnar, how many more shows does Lesnar have in there? And yes, they could make the decision day of. We looked at WrestleMania 34 where Roman was supposed to go over and they panicked and put Lesnar over. So there's a chance that they don't even know themselves. They could be sitting there having the same conversation we're having right now. I'm going Roman because I think Roman should hold the title. You guys talked about, I think it was Becky holding the championship all the way to SummerSlam or a year and a half. I think Roman should hold the championship until like the next WrestleMania, until someone's ready to take that rub from him, because these two are just right now they're on the same level. Nobody's even close. You need to save this rub for somebody else because Roman's going to be there. Brock won't. So I'm going Roman Reigns.
Okay, quick question. Because this is for bonuses.
All right.
How does Roman win? And do we see The Rock?
Ooh.
I'm going. He's winning by submission, and
Okay.
I think that we don't see The Rock. Not tonight. Not Sunday night.
Marco.
Okay. I'm not gonna go as lengthy as as Steve did on this one, but I'm definitely gonna go Roman. I think maybe last year one of the matches I went against Roman in a pick, and I shall never do that again. Roman's definitely winning. The Reigns train is just going to run right through WrestleMania and on to the next night. He's going to be the one to carry that unified title for both shows, for Raw and SmackDown. So he's going to obviously be pulling double duty in that sense. I don't see Brock. I see Brock Lesnar, a few months after, maybe rematch WrestleMania Backlash. And then I believe after that I think June is what, Hell in a Cell or Money in the Bank. One of those is popping up. So I see him for a few months after chasing the title. But I don't see him regaining it or, anything like that. I think he's kind of, he's not young. We'll say that. I mean, he is in better shape than all of us combined and everyone actually in the comment section. But I think, he's a woodsman. He's a cowboy. He likes to, be on his own and do his own thing. When the money's right, he'll be there to do the job. But when the money isn't, he's going to be gone. And, I think Tom mentioned the cuts are coming up. So he's probably going to take an exit because he probably takes up a lot of those funds that WWE does. So he'll probably leave before they do the cuts and then come back afterwards later down the line. But there's no stopping Roman Reigns right now. I think it's pinfall for the win. I think they kind of like rehash maybe the Saudi Arabia show, whereas the spears and F5s and it's going to be multiple spears, multiple Superman punches. It's like enough to keep Brock Lesnar down. There might be a section of the match where it looks like he's going to tap out, but he gets out of that guillotine choke and, probably hoists him up and drops an F5 and all that stuff. And then he kicks out, whatever. But Roman Reigns for the win. Does The Rock show up? I'm going to say yes, just because it's bonus points. Only because, if you guys remember, after every big pay-per-view win that Roman Reigns has had, he always gets interrupted. Someone rains on his parade every single time. Go back and watch. And you'll see. So someone's showing up. If it's The Rock, it'd be awesome. I'll get the extra points. But definitely someone's popping up after that win. Not sure who it is, but definitely someone's showing up to rain on that parade there.
All right. Young Anthony.
Marco, how is he winning?
I said pinfall. Pinfall. Smash him, stack him, pin him like he always does.
All right. So, best story that WWE has going on right now
ever. I'm joking.
I mean, it's a great example of how WWE, when they do it, can do long-term storytelling. I think it's also a testament that WWE has been succeeding at a great degree in their long-term storytelling as of late. And I think this is a perfect example of that. This story's been going on since SummerSlam. And of course, there's been history, but years past. I think it would be dumb of them to not have Roman Reigns go on for 1,000 days as champion at the point that we're at right now. What is he at? 500-600 days?
Like 600.
I think they said the other day.
Yeah, they said something on Raw where it's him, Bruno Sammartino, Hulk
Pedro
Hogan,
Morales,
and Pedro Morales. I think that's
Bob
it. Like as
Bob Backlund up there too,
and Bob Backlund. Yeah,
Bob Backlund. Yeah, so he's like in that company now with the title reign.
Yeah. So the way I see it, if he does not crack 1,000 days, like I don't know what their logic is, and if he loses to Brock again, no clue what they're thinking. Brock is not the right guy. I don't even think. We were talking about some guys last week. I don't even think Cody is the right guy. I don't think there's right now someone on the roster that can take the spot from Roman. So I'm going with Roman to win. I thought about this finish because we have seen Roman pin Brock before at SummerSlam. I was there for it at the Barclays Center, but we have not seen him make Brock tap out. But I don't know if they're brave enough or if Brock will agree to tap out. So I will say submission. But I wouldn't be surprised if it's by just like technical knockout or whatever they want to call it.
Yeah, or he passes out.
Or he passes out, sure.
Yeah.
And I will also say that The Rock will be there because you have a lot of surprises on night one. Cody and Austin, big names there. You don't really have anything on night two. And I love Marco's point about the fact that someone always comes out after, after Roman wins. And obviously, Brock and Roman Hollywood, it's bound to happen. I don't even know if Roman loses the title at that point. The only way that I see, and I might throw up one of these.
I thought you said you were gonna throw up.
I'm gonna throw up.
That's how I do whatever.
Yeah, that is a drop, though.
Wait. It's too soon to. We have to drop They have booked Roman.
He's gonna puke! He's gonna puke!
Thank you. They have booked Roman so strong to the point where there is no one on the roster to beat Roman. And the only way that I see him losing that title would be to an up-and-comer, but it would have to be Money in the Bank because there's no way that you can build up a story to have Roman lose this title. That's how strong he is. He's beaten Cena. He's going to beat Lesnar. He's going to beat Rock. There's no way you can tell me, Braun Breaker's going to beat him. He's going to have a good story with him. No. Maybe Braun Breaker could beat him, but he's going to have to take a cheap shot on him, and it's going to be a big moment. But Money in the Bank is the only way that Roman's losing this title. So with that being said, Roman wins, submission or TKO, whatever, and we will see The Rock.
Well, Braun Breaker actually has a little sleeve, a little ace up his sleeve, as we talked about.
Ace Field?
Yeah. He could go borrow Uncle Scott's Sharpies and stick them up Roman's ass.
Oh my god!
Put you at a real point. I was like,
He's gonna puke! He's gonna puke!
That's where you do the job.
I'm gonna go Roman Reigns right here. Like I said, I just don't see it. Y'all all made the points. Brock's not gonna probably be here much longer. Especially with the unification. What are you gonna do? You're gonna have this title up in Saskatchewan in his butcher shop.
They should make a flannel title for Brock if he wins.
don't give him
Like
ideas. Stop.
Yeah, stop it. Stop.
He's gonna
like how Daniel Bryan had the hemp title. Like you should make
That
it
was
out
a
of
cool
flannel.
title.
Well, the eco-friendly title, yeah, it was great.
Yeah,
he's gonna use the title to kill some more bull moose up there in the Saskatchewan.
Oh my god.
Did you pick your finish on your Rock?
The finish I'm gonna go with. So let's see. Let me look at it here. Okay, so Marco you went spin, and yes, Rock. This title's on the line, right? So we're gonna make sure we're gonna have a winner right here. So we're gonna make it all different. Pinfall, no Rock.
Wow. Okay.
Damn.
So honestly, I have to pick Roman because it just makes so much sense with the run he's on and what they're building, and for him to be the first person to carry in a unified title.
Yep.
And I'm like, I would love to see him keep it at least another year. Let this run just keep going. Let him be that dominant for such a long period of time. I'm here for that storytelling because they've done, by far, this is the best story they've told over the last few years. By far. It's been done so well. Him getting the unified title, he could brag even more about that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I could have seen Brock winning here. I just don't see how. Like, it would be fun because Brock keeps losing, so you think eventually Brock's going to get his revenge and win. I just think it means better for the story for Roman to keep dominating like he is.
Yep.
I want to say Rock is going to show up, but we just keep getting disappointed by that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say no Rock, as much as I hope I'm wrong, and I do want him there. Did I say pinfall? I think he's going to pin him.
You did.
Like you say, there's always somebody coming out at the end. What if this is where Cody debuts?
Wow.
What if Cody?
Yeah, that's a yeah.
You know, that is the swerve. What if Gable Stevenson comes out? You know, it's
Yeah.
a pretty big guy, and like maybe it's
Yeah.
something to set up for the future. Maybe it's not right away, but he just comes out and looks at him from the stage.
It's a rare opportunity to have a title reign where no one is desperate to get the title off him. Usually at this point, 640 days, I think we're at this point.
640.
People are desperate to get the title off him. I live for this title reign right now. I want another 600 days because he's the most entertaining thing, you know, not just in WWE. I mean, all across wrestling. Yeah, the character work he's doing, the in-ring stuff. He's fine. He's on a run right now we haven't seen in ages or even ever because he's so fun to watch. And I really appreciate what they're doing. And they finally nailed a character and they finally nailed a long-term story that we all can get behind. And I'm all about it.
And they can do another 400 days for sure. They can find a bunch of opponents for him.
Oh yeah, it's definitely happening.
To me, what I love about it is it's just bringing meaning back to the title, not flopping it so often. And that's why they have to really reduce all their titles and combine them.
Yeah,
bring meaning back to them because they have no meaning right now. Zero.
Yep.
I could give a crap about any of the tag team championships. Just combine them, make a real tag division over the whole show. Over the whole WWE. So I'm here for this. Let Roman hold it another 2 years. I don't care. Like if that's what it takes for that long for Gable Stevenson to get ready, because he's a big dude. Like I think he could really challenge Roman, but don't rush it.
Yeah,
let him build it up.
Yeah, like I said, as far as like the star power goes, and you know the faces in that company who's going to try to take that title off of Roman. There's not even a handful of people there that can do it. I mean, you have Drew McIntyre, obviously. You have Bobby Lashley, depending on what happens to him this upcoming weekend. Randy Orton's still running around out there. I mean, that's another, you know, he's on a big face run right now too. So, I mean, like I said, it's a handful. Seth Rollins, but he would have to get serious. At some point, he can't be that like the goofy, crazy Seth Rollins. He'd have to like kind of go back into his Monday Night Messiah gimmick. To get a little bit serious to go against Roman Reigns, I think. But still kind of stay face a little bit. But yeah, like I said, it's a handful. That was like, what, 4 people that I picked? Yeah. I mean, there's not much down the line when it comes to, going against Roman Reigns. So.
And Tom, you brought up building up Gable Stevenson correctly. Even a guy like Brock Lesnar, who's as a genetic freak as they come, had to open up feuding with the Hardys and then beating up Spike Dudley. It wasn't like immediate world championship. Yep. He won King of the Ring and got there. So I would love just to build up Gable Stevenson the same way because I think he could be a huge talent that they're building around. I think, honestly, they have something with him, just look-wise and personality-wise and, like, legitimate-wise because he's a guy that is absolutely a real athlete, similar to Kurt Angle and Brock Lesnar combined. So I look forward to what they're doing, but I don't know if the main event of WrestleMania having him debut there might be a little bit too much on his plate to begin his run in WWE.
Well, this was fun, guys. I think that's about it. Young Anthony, anything else on your mind?
There's one thing on.
Matter who you are.
Hilarious.
He fell for it every time.
I did.
I shoot fell for it my first time. You got me.
There's one thing left on my mind.
Hey, yo.
It's time to end the show. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to, well, first of all, let's get our plugs in. Boney, where are we finding Coming Down the Aisle? Quick.
Coming down the aisle this Friday, we got Mr. Chad Flatt of Music City Toys and Collectibles. We go watch Undertaker versus Ric Flair. And check out Free the Fig. Check out the bracketology, baby. We're going to be approaching our final 4 next couple days. So check it out at Coming Down the Aisle.
Marco, where are we finding the Chick Foley show?
ComingDownTheAislePod.com.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, it's Coming Down the Aisle. Yes.
ChickFoleyShow.com. Join the Facebook group. Find me at MVP Marco on IG. You find Sheen on Chick Foley on IG. You can find me again on Chick Foley Show on Twitter as well. So, yeah, come hang out.
Marco running the Twitter machine.
Yeah, run the Twitter machine over there. But yeah,
Always says it.
come hang out.
Acefield, where are we finding all of your podcast content?
Acefield Retro on Instagram, Acefield Retro on YouTube. Check out the Wednesday Dynamite wrap-up. Also check out the bell-to-bell interview sessions. The next one I have coming up is middle of April with Mitch from Hastel Toys, who's a local celebrity here on Long Island, New York, and also part of the Major Pod family. So we'll be talking all about toy collecting. So if you like anything they're doing with the fig collecting, what Tom does on his show over Fig Night, that will be a lot of fun to talk to him. Also, Thursday, our first show, will be previewing Ring of Honor, Supercard of Honor, and we'll just be discussing all things Ring of Honor. It'll be our first show. Myself, Freems, and Chad Smith will be on there talking all about Ring of Honor. No, this week we're doing a show previewing. So we got together in the group chat. They released the card. We're going to be doing, since there's 6 matches announced, we're going to be previewing. We have the format ready. So Thursday, 7 p.m., we'll be live here on YouTube. Turnbuckle Tavern. We'll post all the information on our Instagrams, my Instagram, on the Turnbuckle Instagram as well. We will be previewing everything that's going to be happening in Ring of Honor and sort of getting the lay of the land and figuring out, just as you guys are, what's going to be happening under the Tony Khan regime of Ring of Honor. I'm looking forward to it. So happy to be a part of Turnbuckle Tavern, and I appreciate you guys having me on as usual. So,
yep. Tom, no one gives a shit. Let's end the show. I'm kidding. Tom, plug your social medias.
I apologize. Chad Sneeds are with me, not Chad Smith. There's too many Chads, guys. You can drive me crazy.
Yeah. The OG Fit Kid Twitter and Instagram. Check out the Turnbuckle Sessions every Friday. Me and Mike Belcaster just killing it on a podcast.
What are you guys doing this week? Spoiler.
Mike has to pick. He hasn't picked yet, which reminded me I have to shoot him in text and tell him to pick the match where I could cut out the sound bits.
Cutting him live. Cutting shit live on the Raw Down.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Yeah, you just go to the turnbuckletavern.com, guys, and just go down the list. Follow, like, subscribe to us everywhere. Come to join our Discord. It's so much fun. And you know, that's it. Leave a comment, like the video.
And 2 quick things from me. One, Classic Match Classroom is back this Sunday. We just posted an episode the other day with Hogan versus Rock. President Chad Sneed is in the chat.
He's gonna be there with me. I misspoke. I'm
trying to help you.
Yeah, he's trying to help. He's trying to help all of us. He's our president. He's the president for all the people.
Very true. Very true. Classic Match Classroom. Yeah. Not my president. Classic Match Classroom is back. This past Sunday, we did Hogan versus Rock. Have a lot of controversial opinions on that one, so definitely check out that match.
Just watched that last night.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched.
I got some stuff to say on
that. Was the first time you watched it?
Yes, it was.
I'll have to go back and listen to see what kind of bad takes you have.
I have some very bad takes this one. This Sunday, however, on WrestleMania Sunday, we did a watch-along, first ever watch-along, and it was for The Undertaker versus Triple H at WrestleMania 17. So the match that really no one talks about because it's overshadowed by the other matches. We had some fun. I gave my top 15 WWE wrestlers of all time. So that's a good reason to check out the show. It's a good show all around. Plus, the independent epicenter, as I confirmed last week, I am going to be working with Invictus Pro. Yeah, thank you. I'm going to be working with Invictus Pro Wrestling going forward. They have their next show in Bloom, which is on April 30th, I'm pretty sure. I should have fact-checked that before I said it, but around there in Bloom 2, I'll be doing another promo video for them, and then we're going to be back and better than ever. I will be at the show, hopefully, to do some more work for them. So looking forward to it. Plus, if you are an independent wrestling company and you want a promo video done, hit me up, and I'll get it done for you.
Congratulations, by the way, Anthony. I know that we haven't said it officially in there. Congratulations. That's an awesome thing, and well deserved.
Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate that.
I'm glad me and the 2 Chads discovered you.
Yeah, shut up. All right, we're playing the music, and that only means one thing. It's time to get the hell out of here. But first, we have to do a little plugging of the Turnbuckle Tavern. If you like what you saw, and I know that you did, make sure you go ahead and follow us everywhere that things can be followed at the Turnbuckle Tavern at theturnbuckletavern.com. You can follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter, on Facebook, TikTok, anywhere that you can find our content. Make sure that you support us any way possible. We don't have the graphic here. Some of the other shows get it, but we don't. The Discord, if you want to follow us and follow so many amazing people to talk wrestling with, go in the Discord. It's at theturnbuckletavern.com. First link, I'm pretty sure. Join us. It's an amazing group. Plus, let's do a little bit of shilling, because at ProWrestlingTees.com, that's the wrong graphic, this is the right graphic, ProWrestlingTees.com/tavern, you can get some amazing t-shirts with some of your favorite RawDown cast members, such as Hollywood Tony, Young Anthony, Boney Schiavone, Boney Khan, MVP Marco, and then head on over to Teespring, where you can get the official RawDown logo on some amazing merch at prices you will want to turn your attention to. The pod release schedule, we have episodes almost every goddamn day of the week. Monday is the debate, Tuesday is Broken VCR and the fucking GCW show when they do it. Wednesday, you're going to hear our voices for 2 hours and 25 minutes tomorrow, talking about the RawDown right there on the podcast. Thursday is the flagship show, talking all about AEW. Friday is the Turnbuckle Sessions with Tom and Mike, and Saturday is the audio version of Big Night. So much great stuff going on at the Turnbuckle Tavern. There's the graphic. Discord, join the community. All the cool kids are doing it. Turnbuckletavern.com for all of that. Folks, the title is on the line. The RawDown Championship will be decided by the 4 men that surround the OG Fig Kid. Will it be back in the possession of yours truly, Young Anthony? Will it be back to the fraudulent champion of Boney Schiavone? Will the MVP Marco be grabbing his first championship win, or will Acefield Retro be taking his championship back to the comments section? There are so many unanswered questions that need to be answered very, very soon. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all for an amazing, successful, stupendous episode of the RawDown. Most stupendous.
I thought it was stupidest. Damn it.
Well, that too. We will see
Check out
you
the
next
Honor
week.
Society. Check out the Honor Society.
Check out the Honor Society. Take care. Spike your hair. Woo, woo, woo. You know it.